Imagine Charles. Enter our world.
Now auditioning for Jameson's new multivitamin, J.
Wait, does that say 100%?
Sure does.
Whoa, that really is simple. With new Jameson 100% complete multivitamin, the choice is obvious. See for yourself. It offers 100% of the daily recommended vitamin intake. Now choosing a multivitamin is leaf. Tree joke. Jameson, naturally.
Carib, it's the way we play.
Gosh, the LLB bubbles is what we see. The CPL, yeah, is what moving we. This is the time we come alive, feeling cool and clever dry. LLB, game on. Every year we going in strong. Game on. This feeling can't be wrong. Game on. Passion for the cricket. Stay refreshed with LLB. Bubble and the official refreshment partner of CPL T20.
We've all had our share of bad luck, be it unlucky in love or backing the most unlucky team ever. Whatever your run of bad luck is, the KFC Lucky 7 bucket makes it all better. 7 pieces of chicken and 7 sides for only $99.
Gorgeous surrounds here for match 15. It's the day of the Saints. St Lucia versus St Kitts and Nevis. The Patriots lock horns with the Zooks here at the Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad and Tobago. Nabby's in the house. El Presidente and the big guy, Cornwall. What about Roston Chase? There he is, hiding. And Emirates and the Lynn & Lewis show. Looking forward to these two if they can get going for the Patriots. Sun has been out for some time. It's been a really nice morning here. Lots of blue sky. Hero Motorcore leaderboard. They've won all their matches, have the Knight Riders, so they're top of the tree. St Lucia, well, they need to kickstart it again. They're going okay, and then they've had a couple of losses of late. And then you've got Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica and St Kitts bringing it out. We love Nevis too. I want you to think I'm missing out, St Kitts and Nevis. Darren Ganger, changes?
Good morning, Danny. Good morning to all our viewers. 1 change each for both teams. Zahir Khan comes into the side at the expense of Jamar Holder, the fast bowler from Barbados. And for the St Kitts and Nevis Patriots, Jamar Hamilton, the wicketkeeper batsman, replaces Joshua De Silva.
Yeah, sides are just finding their balances now, given the surfaces are a little tricky and good for spinners. So the Hero Plinth with the match ball, Mrs. Basaraf and Dogood are out in the middle, and Mr. Gregory Brathwaite is our TV umpire upstairs. Third match official there from Barbados. Nick Kelly, he's shaving the beard, just leaving on the tash. He's still on the side for St Kitts and Nevis. St Lucia, Circle of Love. Last little bit of inspiration for the Zooks. Having won the toss, the coin came down kindly for Darren Sammy. Let's see how his guys go up against the double L's. Love these guys, Lewis and Lynn. Geez, I hope they get going, Darren Ganga.
And as an opening partnership, Danny, they've been low. Another L. Haven't averaged too good at the top of the innings for the Patriots. I mentioned in the pre-match show of that opening partnership trending downwards over the years in Hero CPL. That's something that all the coaches will take a note of. Match partner in the bet. It's a St. Lucia Zooks home match, so the Zooks will want to take advantage of playing here at the Queen's Park Oval. They've won quite a number of matches at this venue. Chris Lynn, well, scores of 19, 16, 14, 16. You'll want to change that definitely.
Sure will. Don't worry about the other guy, Evan Lewis. Wonderful innings the other night of 89 with 9 maximums. Look at these numbers. Oh, stunning strike rate. And he does go well at the start, but just been enlightened. 109 runs and 4 opening partnerships for these two, an average of 27. Would like to get more out of them, as you mentioned, Darren Ganga. Need to get a better start inside the power play. Doosan Kitson Nevis. Nubby, his bag of tricks. Wonderful control. Predominantly at you all the time at stumps. Have mentioned the weather on numerous occasions, because in the tropics it is after all the wet season. So at the moment the sun is out, it's smiling. We're ready to rock and roll here with match 15. No slipping. Men hunting up in the circle big time. Long on. And then there's a man at mid-wicket on the fence. Are the 2 gentlemen out? Turbo countdown. Thank you, Mr. Mathur.
Play, gentlemen.
Yes, gentlemen. Rightio. Oh, a little inside tickle. Is that lovely bit of flight? Lynn will be a little edgy.
Had a look at the pitch. It's dark brown in color, an indication that there is a little bit of extra moisture there. Just might grip a bit for the spinners. That's the biggest challenge as an opening batsman, facing a slow bowler early up. Not quite sure if it's going to run on, just grip off the surface. Most vulnerable time as a batsman when you just come to the crease.
Catch it!
Oh, crazy! What an anticlimax, Lenny! Out inside the power play, let alone the first over. First one down, and it's a duck and a half for Chris Lynn, courtesy of Mohammad Nabi.
Second time being dismissed to Mohammad Nabi. 5th time to a spinner. Spoke about that grip, that slowness. He was reaching for it, both arms away from his leg. And a plan coming to fruition. Zooks, they strike. First wicket down. Lynn without scoring.
But we in this together. Even though we're at home, we're with family and friends. And we show our support for our players with courage, passion, and love. Yes, we in this together. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to win great prizes.
Career, pretty good numbers. He does like to go early. His most top order players have got to make the use of the power play to the max. Got a slip, and that's Raheem. Well, this will liven up Nubby a bit. Won't mind the lefty in to go away from him and then to get it to slide in. El Dorado drone, what a classic. The sky cam and a half. Oh, yes. The El Dorado celebration. Ah, there it is. Tommy Moody, we love this game. Out early. The lefties called it from the back of the box.
Oh my. You can't keep this man out of the game, Mohamed Nabi. Make that wicket number 6 for him overall in the tournament so far. Gets the new man, Nick Kelly, goes without scoring. It's none for 2 now.
Don't adjust your television sets. We haven't finished the first over. There's not a run on the board, but 2 men are back in the hut because of Mohamed Nabi. It's time for Dinesh Ramdin, all that experience. The right-hander back at the crease. Lynn, gone, right-hander. Kelly, left-hander, gone. Oh, one to negotiate for Dinesh Ramdin. There is the first run for the Patriots. After 1, it's 1 for 2.
In the world of natural gas, Trinidad and Tobago enjoys an enviable reputation. This is not by chance. For over 3 decades, one company has led the way in shaping the country's unique energy sector and facilitating its growth. The National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago, NGC. NGC is a diversified energy company playing a key role in the development of Trinidad and Tobago's energy policy and increasingly sophisticated energy economy.
Gorgeous part of the world, St Kitts and Nevis. Yeah, little ropeable out there. Those gorgeous islands. The clash of the Saints. St Lucia winning the toss. Going to go up front as a group. Here's Scotty Kugelon. 10 wickets so far. Best with a little forfer. He's having a nice little time of it here. His first outing here in the Caribbean. Hero CPL. Against Dinesh Ramdin. Going to have Raheem standing at slip. All there is. And the skipper is catching the straightest short mid-wicket. Some friendly on leg stump will allow Ramdin to... No, he won't. Yeah, good call. Great throw.
Always very nice when planning comes through and produces success. As we've seen with most teams, slow bowlers to Chris Lynn, Nabi doing the job for the Zooks there, and then Nick Kelly, the new batsman, the perfect off break to left-hander. He's finding the outside edge, and the big man, Raheem Cornwall, safe as houses.
Stay low, big guy. And did. Just watching a little bit of Scotty Kugelon come out of a winter, so he's a bit rusty, hard to get going. Occasionally you fall over as a quick bowler. I think he might enjoy bowling to the left hand and just going across, just with some of that angle. the slip in. Up against Lewis. Yeah, just naturally starting to slide there a little bit. Sometimes you just lose your act just subtly, and it takes a bit to get it back. You know, get some rhythm, get some time at the bowling crease in a match situation. So Kugler, I'm just feeling like he's just going to be better against lefties.
Might be wondering what's going through the mind of Evan Lewis, having lost 2 partners on the other end. He's just faced his first delivery. He is the informed batsman. Does that add pressure on him to perform yet again? How would he deal with it? He's usually an attacking player, Evan Lewis. And that to me is what separates good batsmen from great batsmen. Situational awareness and how you respond. That's going to be crucial. Still has to try to capitalize on the restrictions in the power play overs. His record here at the Queen's Park Oval is phenomenal, averaging over 50, 52.3 to be exact. Strike rate of 158. That should tell you what his approach will be like.
There's the other one. There's the shape out. He's known for the Scott Kugelheim, so when he gets that lovely searching length, because he's been tend to be in the wicket because of the slow surfaces, but he's thrown this one up. Very inviting. I like it. Just saying he likes to go across the lefties, but that's good.
Looks like a young Danny Morrison with that outswing.
And that haircut. A mullet from the 20th century. Well, there it is again. It's a nice line. You get that to go in or out. Watch that.
Spoke about 5 dismissals to spin Chris Lynn. This is a second one. Spinners, they've placed him in a shackle, so to speak. Mohammad Nabi on that first occasion. Rashid Khan of the Tridents getting him, and Nabi again.
You're going to say about that, aren't you? Spin the Lynn. Stop it. Oh yeah, pace off. I've seen it so often in T20. It's that one. He just gets to push balls out a little bit. Kugelheim. Some lovely little outlet swing start, but consistency is a key.
There he is, Chris Lynn. I like the adjustment that I see from Kugelheim. He's looking to pitch the ball up, try to extract as much swing as possible.
Pinch a single to finish. Just 2 overs. It's 5 for 2 here.
A hero knows when they enter the field, it's time to play. Step up to the wicket with Ferreira Optical and knock an amazing 25% off any Brian Lara frame or sunglasses. Plus, deliver a sensational 15% off transitions and Varolox lenses. Book your appointment today to live like a legend with Ferreira Optical. Offer ends September 10th. Conditions apply.
Gorgeous stuff in terms of winning the toss. You go up front. Spinners are doing it in these conditions. I'm liking it. I'm liking your aftershave as well. Oh, yeah. Keep that social distancing. Smelly, but nice. Nice smellies. Well done, Darren.
That's enough.
Yeah. And these surfaces. Well, it's your backyard, DG. A little bit of turn. Moisture, 10 a.m. start.
As expected. Need to be a little bit watchful. Play the percentages early on as a batsman. Get yourself in. Ramden would have had a fair amount of experience playing here at the Queen's Park Oval, so you know early morning there is a fair amount of moisture. And you've got to make the adjustment for it, quite frankly, as a batsman.
Big pitching wedge. Oh, it's gone all the way. Hero maximum is our first one in match 15.
And when I talk about playing the percentages, it's for a shot like this. Ramden, he's assessed. Nabi is turning the ball into him as a right-hander. And he could afford to use his feet and get to the pitch of the ball and hit with the turn. There's no long on, so that's taking minimal risks.
He's also a nice little worker of the ball. You mentioning the other day, he sometimes just gets a bit bogged down. Also plays a nice paddle sweep. Good percentage cricket, usually from Dinesh Ramden. Going with the tide. Hey! Oh, another one down. We're just saying. His patience has run out early here. Third for Mohammad Nabi.
Now that is totally different from the previous shot. There is a deep backward square, there is a deep mid-wicket, so that's a lot more risk in taking that option. Wrong decision by Ramden, and he pays the price for it. Gone for 9, 11 for 3.
Shiklisha Limited, the Caribbean's largest manufacturers of plain and printed paper bags, leaders in plastic bags, vermicelli, split piece powder, and greaseproof paper, ideal for doubles, french fries, and sandwiches. Supplying stores nationwide. For quality products, trust Shiklisha Limited, 665-3336.
Three down very early, and we haven't quite had 3 overs. So we've got Jamar Hamilton, who's come into the Patriots side. So strength here because of wickets. Left-hander in. Darren Sammy himself has gone into another slip-catching position. Smelling the dominance here inside the power play are the Zooks. Confidence riding high. Crazy stroke up, just pumping up Dinesh Ramden about his experience and patience and nous. Oh, you're kidding! Number 4 to Mohammad Nabi, Roston Chase, straight down his throat. Can you believe it? You're going to have to.
The Patriots name floating here. Evan Lewis, the key man in this Patriots batting lineup. Only his second ball of his innings. A top edge to short fine leg. And this is not looking good at all for the Patriots. Lewis goes for 1. It's 11 for 4 now.
Introducing the new watermelon flavored rum from White Oak. World class, homegrown, designate, don't drink and drive.
11 for 4. Forget about that TV show, 90120. We've got another telephone number just for you, 0109. Leave a message quickly because we'll be home soon. Good God, look at it. 11 for 4.
Guys, keep going, guys.
Honestly. Very, very ordinary cricket being played. Has to be said. Has to be said. Poor shot selection. Here's Roston Chase.
Jamar Hamilton. A bit of revolving door with him and Joshua De Silva brought into the side today. Jamar Hamilton, he will need to come good with the bat for his team, and this is why he's there.
Oh, Mr. Lewis had to be there for ages. Key component after the form he showed and the wonderful striking the other night with 89. From 60 deliveries, 9 maximums. Today, gone for a solitary single. This is playing beautifully in terms of we've had left hand, right hand come in. They've had the bowling to counter Patriots mix-up at the top order. The left hand, right hand combos. Here's Funky Donkey. What's he got?
Risky business, playing across the line of the ball. There is a short fine leg. 2 slips in place, so he's mindful of just prodding outside the off stump. A little bit of turn on offer for Roston Chase. That's some bounce to Danny Morrison.
Wow, it's just allowing the offies to have so much more confidence now to be able to do that. Give it some hang time, give it a rip. 2 men catching in the slips. 2 big fellas, Cornwall and Sammy, hunting up. He's very good at that. There's a little too straight here from Chase. Cougar line tidies up. Yep. All over them. Like a cheap suit here. The Zooks. 14 for 4. We haven't had 4 overs. Kesrick Williams, he's limbering up. He'd love a bowl. Just itching to have a bowl, Kesrick Williams. The little cutters and seamers. Oi! 4 done. 14 for 4.
Never on chocolate digestive. Rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Never on chocolate digestive. Taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
What a morning for the Afghan all-round star. Best bowling figures this season? Gee, let me think. Oh, funny that. Here he is, right here this morning. Up against Jamar Hamilton, who's been bought into the Patriots. Oh, and it just goes over the head of Darren Sammy. A leg slip.
4 for 10, Navi's previous best in T20s. He's been very good for the Zooks in this spell. Accurate. He's been able to make the adjustment for both the right-handers and left-handers.
Slider that goes straight on, so yeah, just keep everyone guessing with bats in hand. Only ever been 7 5-wicket hauls in the history of the Heroes CPL. Fifers only on 7 occasions. Come on, Muhammad Nabi, they'll be saying there in St. Lucia. Rodney Bay kicking back with the sun out. Restaurant time, seafood. Spinnakers. power sucked him in.
Take nothing away from the Zooks and the manner in which they've approached these first few overs of the innings. Darren Sammy calling right and making the correct decision for his bowlers.
There's that quicker one. Well negotiated by Dunk. Well, Dream 11, he'll be all over this. Will the Afghan star? You haven't downloaded the app, do so. Dream11.com. Check that all out. He's certainly all over the MVP. It's Mohammed Nabi. Oh, he wants it. Nice soft hands and a good call. Good response from Hamilton.
We saw Dinesh Ramdin be dismissed earlier. I question that approach because what we've come to know of Dinesh Ramdin is his ability to rotate strike, bat risk-free. He didn't do it on this occasion. Tried to be the aggressor in the partnership with Evan Lewis. That is what led to his demise. Something he will reflect on, but it hasn't helped the Patriots' cause. Not a good over from Mohammed Nabi. It's 18 for 4.
No, this is Radical Trading, you know that? And them have every...
Can you imagine the world of Charles Chocolates?
I question that approach because what we've come
Frank. Oui?
Oh, shucks, I forget the money.
Serious?
They could pay for it for me.
Me and my big mouth boy, I want a Radical get thing to cover mouth yet.
Radical Trading, 4 locations nationwide.
$18 for 4, 5 overs completed.
Not too steady.
Sweep, the slug sweep has brought a wicket. The fine sweep has brought a wicket, but it's this very same sweep that has brought a few runs for Ben Dunk so far. Go upstairs. Well home, nothing to see there. Not the ideal surface for T20 cricket. Is a very challenging surface, to be honest with you. It's turning, it's bouncing. Some of the shots haven't covered themselves in glory. At the moment, the way it started, it's reminded me sometimes of Providence in Guyana, where 120-125 sometimes was a winning score on the old Providence pitch before it was relayed, resurfaced. Morning, Tom.
Yeah, good morning, Bish, and good morning to all our viewers. An appeal, but not a convincing appeal. Dunk looking for that sweep again, just hitting him outside the line of off stump. Off the back foot, nicely through the offside. He'll pick up a couple at least here, Ben Dunk. It has been very challenging conditions. And I don't want to make any excuses for the Patriots because I don't think they have read the conditions that well. But as you quite rightly say, Ian Bishop, these aren't ideal T20 conditions. There's a little bit of moisture and tackiness in the surface. which does make it very difficult for batsmen to really do what they're supposed to be doing in this format of the game, and that's expressing themselves and playing with freedom. And the ball just sitting in the wicket, it's very hard to go through and play your shots knowing you can keep it along the ground or control it. But you're right, it's got to be a slow grind, and that's what's required. Anything over 100 will be useful. It's 22 for 4 after 6.
We all know about Avidan Properties Limited. Welcome to Avidan Park. Avidan is the #1 supplier of quality homes in the central region. All homes include remote gate systems, fully AC, security doors, granite countertops, teak cupboards, porcelain tiles, spacious room, crowned moldings. All homes are fully approved and lot size of 5,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet. So give them a call, WhatsApp, or visit their Facebook page and get one step closer to your dream home.
Watching that first power play, Guardian Life power play, even the umpire is having a smile. The bowlers, Zari Khan is into the attack. Now I want to talk, I think we agree on conditions and approach so far. I want to talk about process now going forward for the Patriots. Zari Khan back into the lineup. He should enjoy the conditions, but it's the one bad ball and over that he gives you that you have to look out for on average. How do the Patriots then play this? Because do they, as an option, look to work, wait for boundary balls and then see where they are going into the last 5? Or have a total in mind?
Well, I think the last thing you need to be thinking is looking for boundaries, because I think it's very difficult on this surface to play those type of strokes that give you the boundaries. It's a very high risk strategy. An appeal, but outside the line, one would have thought. So on a surface where the ball's sitting up and spinning, there's no point searching for the impossible, which is those boundaries. I think the focus has to be on trying to rotate the strike and getting a single every ball, which goes against the grain of what we've seen so far in the Hero CPL. You know, the dot ball percentage is through the roof, but that needs to be changed if you're going to achieve a competitive score.
See the back of the hand as a batsman, you're looking at it so you know that it's a googly coming if you're so inclined to look closely. That whole concept that you develop when you're young, be looking at the release tom out of the hand, which is a learned skill. The more of the back of the hand you see, what we were informed would be the googly.
Zahir Khan is one of the hardest spinners to read. You speak to any player or coach around, they will agree with that. I was having a chat with Andy Flower at the toss, but no, not at the toss, sorry, at the pitch report, and one thing that he said, he felt Zahir was incredibly difficult to read, and if he's saying it as one of the best players of spin that certainly I've seen in our generation, it means that he is a handful.
Was he trying to pump up his own player?
He brought him back into the side for this game, yeah, so he's giving him a bit of confidence. 7 gone, it's 26 for 4.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn WHO's hand washing habits. Yes, the World Health Organization says washing hands with soap is an effective way to prevent the spread of germs. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, the run rate's not flattering, but what that tale doesn't tell us is the number of wickets that's happened throughout those first 7 overs. 4 have fallen, which has set them back. And their innings hasn't taken off like the El Dorado Skycam. We're talking about spin and about reading spin. There's 3 things you need to look out for. Firstly, you look at the hand, which is what we discussed. In the air, but safe. So firstly, you look at the hand, so whether the ball's being released from the front of the hand or the back of the hand, which is what we've talked about with Zahir Khan. The second thing, if you're not picking that, you then look at the ball flight. What's happening with the ball in the air? Can you read the seam in the air? And the white ball is tougher than the red ball, so particularly when the white ball gets older. And then thirdly, if you're falling short there, you then read it off the surface. And that's the last resort. And that's pretty tough going if you're having to do that, particularly if you're looking to score and not just defend. It's okay in Test cricket if you're looking to read it off the surface because you've got time just to defend it. Sweep slog just for 1. And the last point, if all else fails, you just sweep. You just sweep and hope for the best. That came from Badri at the back of the box when we were talking about this, who's one of the best T20 spinners in the world, is that in his time, if you don't read any of those cues, just sweep. Get down low and sweep the ball.
We used to have a saying playing domestic cricket, when in doubt, sweep. Like Ben does, because I think you get the bat far ahead of yourself, whereas you might not be able to get that far advanced if you're looking to drive the ball, because the bat is horizontally positioned with the arm outstretched. There are risks to that, obviously, but
there are risks, but they're like any shot you play, your technique in executing it is so important. The ball before, which Ben Dunk missed, the reason he missed it, in my view, was that he wasn't down low enough and wasn't out in front of himself enough to be able to collect the ball that he was trying to sweep away. He just came out of the shot a little bit early, which you can do when you're driving the ball as well. You can come out of your drive a little bit earlier, and therefore you're finding that outside edge and feeding the slips.
in the gap. There's one again. So there's a slog sweep, for example, and then there's the paddle sweep. You have more control, do you, with the paddle than the slog if it's bouncing and turning?
Well, there's three sweeps. There's the paddle sweep, which you talk about, which is the one that goes to 45 and finer. And then there's a conventional sweep, which will go out to deep backward square. And then there's a slog sweep, which you're looking to hit in front of square.
Enough on it. More than enough on it from Ben Dunk to end the over 36 for 4.
Combat the stress of today's busy lifestyles. Use Astamin-Fort for all-round good health and balance. Astamin-Fort contains power nutrients for that extra energy and vitality, 8 essential amino acids and vitamins. Use Astamin-Fort to boost energy, build stamina and strength, improve performance, relieve tiredness and stress, and improve memory and concentration. Astamin-Fort is excellent supportive therapy for diabetes and hypertension. Get it now at leading pharmacies nationwide.
A lot of fine sweep, paddle sweeps. to exhibit control and just turn the strike over.
Yeah, well, he was a genius against spin. He's one of the best players, certainly in his time, if not all time, playing spin. Speaking to Matai Muralidharan, the Sri Lankan great, he would put Lara as his toughest opponent. And a lot of that was to do with that he could manipulate the strike. And through his sweeping, Lara could, as you say, paddle sweep, get it fine. Then he'd play the other two sweep shots. So therefore, it challenges the bowler and the captain constantly to field placements because they can't pin that batsman down for a number of balls. So therefore, you're reversing the pressure back on the bowler and asking him to question his length, ask him to question his line, and it creates other scoring opportunities like we saw in the last over. With the length that was offered to Ben Dunk, it was full enough for him to be able to bunt that straight down the ground for a 6. Possibly pitching outside the line. LLBW shout here, pitching outside, so a good decision. It's all well and good to be pointing the finger to the umpires when they get it wrong, but let's take our hat off when they do get it right. Brilliantly bowled. There it is, the googly from Zahir Khan. The right length, the right line, just spinning away from the right-handed Hamilton.
Fletcher just held on as well. Again, you could see the back of the hand. That's excellent. Pitch middle stump and almost lodged in the pocket of Andre Fletcher. Hamilton goes for 9. It's 38 now for 5.
Can you imagine the world of Charles chocolates? Imagine Charles. Enter our world.
Keep going, guys. Keep going, guys.
He wanted a hit. He spoke this morning and saying that if he gets it, he'll try to make use of it. He's in, Sohail Tanvir. Off the mark straight away. 39 for 5.
Never chocolate digestive. Rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Never chocolate digestive. Taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
It's easy to feel on top of your game when a solid team helps support you. That's why the experts at Jameson make products for immune support made with pure ingredients. We'd say it's a winning lineup. Stay strong with Jameson.
Rakeem Cornwall has ball in hand. It's been a challenging surface if you just joined us. The ball has spun, it's bounced. You expect that it'll spin and bounce here as well for Cornwall. Another single for Sohail Tanvir.
It's the last to fall. Beautifully pitched. Quite alarming spin away as well. It does make it very, very tricky for batsmen and even keeper in those circumstances. So well held together by Fletcher behind the stumps.
Keep going, Jimbo. Keep going, Jimbo.
power play for the Patriots was the second leanest power play that they've had in their franchise history. The turn on that grip. It is difficult today, very difficult batting.
It's interesting that Tanvir did come into bat now, which enables Darren Sammy to continue to bowl off spin, having had two left-handers at the crease. Surprised that he didn't opt for a right-hander, just so it creates that challenge to who he brings on next, where it's a given now. He's really been handed a free pass, really.
Well, I kind of thought the same early. When I saw Kelly come in at 3 today, I thought Ramden would have come in at 3 because Evan Lewis was still at the crease. So I thought it would have been an early opportunity to get the left-right combination going once you kind of saw the dampness in the surface this morning.
You know, sometimes you go into game situations with a set plan, whether it be runs that you expect in your 20-over allocation or batting order. And I think what you also need to be is flexible with that, because circumstances can change dramatically. Suddenly the surface plays completely differently to how you've read it, and you need to be able to make those adjustments on the move. And also when it comes to the total that you're expecting, whether that be 140 or 150, suddenly 100 looks a good score on this surface.
.43 for 5. 10 overs gone. What time is it? Oh, hello. Time for the Angostura LLB drinks break.
As a child, our dreams are only limited by our imagination. So we dream big. We see a pathway that can make your dreams a reality. By choosing a sustainable fuel option, you can do more than you imagine. You can give your dreams the time and savings they deserve. With us along for the ride, you will not only arrive at your destination, you will arrive at your dreams.
Watermelon filling up me whole glass, steam rich in a gay. White up but to start fast, we got flavor. White up watermelon rum fruity, baby. Everybody wants some. I have a watermelon, you want a this or that. I have a white up flavor, you want a this or that. Oh, we got flavor. Introducing the new watermelon flavored rum from White Oak. World class, homegrown, designate, don't drink and drive.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn WHO's hand washing habits. Yes, the World Health Organization says washing hands with soap is an effective way to prevent the spread of germs. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Trinidad and Tobago.
It's easy to feel on top of your game. Well, a solid team helps support you. That's why the experts at Jameson make products for immune support made with pure ingredients. We'd say it's a winning lineup. Stay strong with Jameson.
Never on chocolate digestive. Rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Never on chocolate digestive. Taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
A hero knows when they enter the field, it's time to play. Step up to the wicket with Ferrera Optical and knock an amazing 25% off any Brian Lara frame or sunglasses. Plus, deliver a sensational 15% off transitions and Varilux lenses. Book your appointment today to live like a legend with Ferrera Optical. Offer ends September 10th. Conditions apply.
As a child, our dreams are only limited by our imagination. So we dream big. We see a pathway that can make your dreams a reality. By choosing a sustainable fuel option, you can do more than you imagine. You can give your dreams the time and savings they deserve. With us along for the ride, you will not only arrive at your destination, you will arrive at your dreams.
Ridiculous looking scorecard here for the St Kitts and Nevis Patriots. Nabi running through the top order. Takes all 4 wickets here, Sammy B. Very pleasing for you and the fraternity.
The spinners again doing their thing. Disappointed there Dinesh Ramdan would be with that shot, that decision. But really good. Excellent start for the St. Lucia Zooks. Winning the toss and certain the Patriots, Zahir Khan getting into the action with his googly. So it's been very challenging here at the Queen's Park Oval. And for the Patriots, just look at that from Mohamed Nabi, 4 for 11. Absolutely brilliant.
Press with Zahir. Another one of those tricky little mystery guys. Colleagues have been mentioning too in comms how challenging the surface really is. Ian Bishop was saying a bit like Providence of old. 100%. Gripping and going. Proud new seam on a white cricket ball. Certainly going off the straight. Big time.
Yes, Sam. I just want to go back to Andy Flower. During the pitch report, he mentioned about not setting a target. That's his philosophy as a coach. Prefers to assess the conditions and let that determine and dictate the way you play. And having seen what the wicket has to offer from previous matches and in the initial phase of the game, I just don't think that the Patriots have gone about this in the right way. Perhaps if they have set themselves a much lower target, perhaps 120, very challenging on this surface. And it's all about assessment, Danny, and assessing early and sending back that message to the dressing room. So that's the importance of those opening batsmen and their role. And spot on Andy Flower, all of his experience has shown him that you make the assessment on the day. Googly again from Zahir Khan, very wily and guileful Afghan bowler. And just look at that release and that wrist position into the left-handed Sultan.
And I reckon Pakistani would have just had a good look at that. Seen the back of the hand. Here's the other one. And another over completed. We've had 11 already. 46 for 5 now.
No, this is Radica Trading, you understand? And them have everything to cover anything. Radica Trading have the best fabric designs for your upholstery needs, yeah? So furniture, car, boat, tent, even material for school bags.
This will look really nice on my couch, boy.
They even making pillow too.
Frank.
Oui?
Oh, shucks, I forget the money.
Serious?
They could pay for it for me.
Me and my big mouth boy, I want a Radica get thing to cover mouth yet.
Radica Trading, 4 locations nationwide.
At the top of the screen, the Queen's Park Oval. Magnificent view, magnificent sights here of the capital city.
You and I, sadly in COVID time, locked down. Edge, there's a QN, is it just shy? Oh, more excitement up here and down there.
The off spin of Rakeem Cornwall into his second over. Right to the bottom of the bat. Unfortunately for Bendong, fell safely. But it really underscores the difficulties of the surface. And falling well short of Darren Sammy.
Yeah, very important during COVID-19. Sanitising the lifebuoy, sanitary stations. There, I was just saying, looking at the savannah out the back there with our Skycam Vista shots. You and I would have been out trotting around. I'd have been shuffling. You might have been running, but I would have been shuffling around probably about 30 metres behind you. It would have been great. Those morning runs.
Is it that what you're missing, Danny? The morning run?
Certainly am. I do like getting out and about, stretch of the legs. This part of the world. Yeah, again, from a hotel. Sport little posse. Tucked away there at the Hilton, and you can just slide across the roundabout in the road, dodge a few cars that are probably trying to take us out, and then get on the savannah. Giant roundabout. There's the gorgeous savannah.
50 up for the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in the 12th over. So they've gotten to one landmark. Can they double up?
Lucky little leading edge there for Ben Dunk. Thought about pinching 2. It's not there. 12 done, 51 for 5 here. Gorgeous. Set right in the heart of the city. All types of hanging out, but football, kicking balls around, throwing frisbees. Had a cricket match out there. There's a Astro pitch. I think it's more to slide. Well, almost in the centre, more to the left there of your picture. Gorgeous. Set up right in the heart of the city. Carnival time. So that goes off.
The Northern Range, Queen's Royal College in the foreground there. Simply a majestic view. Queen's Park Savannah, used for recreational activities. Big shot here from Sultan there. Ben Dunk actually. And it goes all the way. So a very welcome boundary here for the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots.
Well done, Funky. Winds up. Yeah, head down clean. So a lot of this in the PSL in Lahore. And that's where he loves to go. He's quite ready. Perspiration. Something in the eye, but yeah. Got a good eye too, this fella. He gets set and he gets in. Such a good area for him to do that. Range over the bowler's head or long off. Not this time over cow corner.
Just getting the length in the previous delivery that he wanted, Ben Dunk. So no threat of the ball turning, just covering that and hitting through the line.
Oh, it's a mistumping. Spiceman. Fletcher. That came off the back leg, but if just one of those days where it can go your way as a keeper and stick in there.
Very harsh. Very harsh.
I'm not.
Should have been taken.
Run out, man. Oh, get the specs on. Get the Ronnie Barker goggles on. Well, he has, look. Unlucky, Spicy. Yeah, challenging for keepers too. The surface, wrist spinners, mystery spinners. Vagaries of bounce. Protection with Cougar line back there. This over's running away as well, but at least it started well. So the maximum, they've got 7. Oh, it's gone through. It's gone between bat and pad. Now, you've got to take those, Sammy. You'd be pulling the rest of your hair out of your bowling.
Yeah, I initially thought that it came off the pad. So spot on, Danny Morrison. Should have been taken. But if we can decompose this St. Kitts and Nevis batting lineup at the top, very destructive. You can argue hit or miss, more so Chris Lynn, then through the middle, batsmen who really are accumulators. and then no big hitters at the back end. So it's not a typical type T20 batting lineup for the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, and they've struggled throughout. At the end of 13, 59 for 5.
We've all had our share of bad luck, be it unlucky in love or backing the most unlucky team ever. Whatever your run of bad luck is, the KFC Lucky 7 bucket makes it all better. 7 pieces of chicken and 7 sides for only $99.
Match 15. Both of these sides, the Saints, have not got their hands on this. Sanitize up, chaps, then you can. Grab hold of this wonderful looking trophy. Trident's the defending champs. St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. This is the St. Lucia Zooks. Gee, the Zooks. Could this unique and unprecedented landscape on planet Earth be their time here in 2020? Let's not forget, Sammy B, still a second half to go here. Fascinating to see if they could get limp over 3 figures here. Get past 100. Those runs on the board, it's a challenging pitch.
Well, it's really down to these two, Tanver and Dunk. Not much to come behind. Real Emirates, of course, the captain. We know that he can score. But you feel if they are to get to that triple figure mark, these two in particular will need to take them there. Imran Khan started off his career as a batsman. Emirates can score.
A freaky looking scorecard there. First 5, not one of them got to double figures. A couple of 9s thrown in there and a couple of ducks. Just like a international telephone code top there. A lot of effort for no run there from Dunk. 1 to go on the 14th. He squeezed 3 singles. Dunk. A little look on that onside, and he looks square over cover. Oh dear. Down the throat. Ben Dunk, he's fallen into a similar trap. Cougar line does not drop those. 6-1 down now.
Yeah, another wicket down for the Patriots. Raheem Cornwall just bowling this ball into the surface, into the pitch, and allowing the surface to do the rest. Not the connection that he would have wanted. Ben Dunk, he goes for 33, a good score in the context of this match, 62 for 6.
The way we move, the way we sound, feel the rhythm. The way we fed, soaking wet, it's the way we play. The way we groove, the way we dance, every night and day. Every night and day. Carib, there's the Caribbean. Carib, let's unleash the fun.
Carib, it's the way we play.
Those 6s are showing 62 for 6 here. Patriots, and the skipper is out in the middle. Rad Emirates in at number 8. Kicking on towards 40 these days. Pretty good numbers in terms of a strike rate. Gee, they need some long-handledness. More spin, Dale. Love this.
Use it.
Nice little straight one. So this will be interesting. Emmerich up against Dale.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm trying to just jog my memory a bit. So many off spinners being utilized in a T20 match. You have Raheem Cornwall, Ruston Chase, Mohamed Nabi, Mark Dial. So that's 4. He's only bowled the 1 over so far, young Dial, but he has that ability to bowl that carambole, the one that goes the other way. So in addition to the finger spin, the off spin, the traditional off spin, he has that one, like we will see a little bit later from John Ross Jagisa, the one that goes the other way.
See if he gets one in his zone. See if Mark Dale is prepared to give it a little air. That was there, just that one, maybe. Just wants to give himself a bit of time here as the skipper. Settle in, he's only faced the 3. Precarious situation for the Patriots, having been inserted. Toss did not go Emmerich's way. Both very keen to bowl first.
Yes, sir.
He's underway now.
Back up.
Just with a single.
Hey.
A good start for Mark Dial. Just 2 singles coming from it, 1 delivery left, and he would want to close this over off. If he can sneak a wicket, that would be a bonus and slip in position. So Darren Sammy doing the right thing, still attacking, still looking for wickets.
Won't get wickets with that. It's a very friendly full toss. Lovely footwork there. Was that from the disco dance? It is too. Kesrick Williams on the dance floor. Guardian lifesaver of the day. And look at that. Clickety click, 66 for 6 after 15 here.
Support you. That's why the experts at Jameson make products for immune support made with pure ingredients. We'd say it's a winning lineup. Stay strong with Jameson.
This innings meandering for the Patriots. All 6s at the moment with 5 overs left. We've only had 1 over of seam bowling, cougar line. Otherwise, it's all been spin. That's exactly why. There is turn, there is bounce. And if you don't have the skill to score off spinners, you will struggle on this surface. Just want to reflect on that partnership with Ben Dong and Sohail Tanvir. It produced 24 from just about 30 deliveries. What you saw was a passage of play where they played risk-free cricket. They were contented to work the ball through the onside, through the offside, and not take too many risks. That's an approach that should have been adopted quite early in this Patriots inning and probably wait for the last few overs to launch.
Plenty spinners have been used, which is no surprise. Nabi really got the ball rolling with his 4 wickets, just 3 overs. Little good fortune there for Tanvir. Byes have been signalled, so no contact at all. There's a misjudgment from Fletcher behind the stumps. I think he's hurt his hand here. See where it struck him on the glove. Fingertip, I think, right on a finger end, which can be particularly painful, especially if there's a injury that already exists in that position.
It's an uncomfortable feeling. Many times as cricketers, you carry injuries to your fingers, whether those injuries came from a match or at practice. It's an annoying pain that you experience as a player. You'll surely have to park that aside when he goes to bat.
If you look at those keeping gloves, all keeping gloves have at the end of the fingertips like plastic caps. So there is protection there for the keepers. But still, even with those rubber caps at the end of the gloves, if you catch it right on the pointy end of your finger, that really does jar and pushes the finger back into your hand. So it can be a very, very painful experience. The same with batting gloves. They have those caps where the thumb is, not so much where the fingers are. If you're a right-hander, it's where your right glove is. There is a plastic cap that's positioned on the right hand. But still, cricket ball's very hard, and once it has an impact like that, it does hurt.
Here's a question from the Republic Bank fan stand.
Commentators, I have a question for y'all. What do y'all think about CPL cricket this year?
Tom, you want to take it first?
Look, I think firstly it's remarkable that we've managed to get the tournament up and running under current circumstances. So the management, the organisers of CPL have done a great job with local government here in Trinidad and Tobago to get the tournament up and running. The players have also made huge sacrifices. And also the local community that are connected with the CPL have done a wonderful job on the ground. So there's so many different parts, as you know, Darren, that make up a tournament. And for us to be up and running and playing the tournament and showing the games into people's living rooms around the world is a feat in itself. And to be fair, I think the standard of the cricket has been very, very good. Today's been a challenge, as the scoreline tells you, 69 for 6.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn WHO's hand washing habits. Yes, the World Health Organization says washing hands with soap is an effective way to prevent the spread of germs. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Trinidad and Tobago.
80% of bacteria in your mouth aren't even on teeth.
80%?
Colgate Total is different. It fights bacteria in your whole mouth, protecting 100% of your mouth surfaces. Colgate Total, antibacterial protection for a healthier mouth.
Just to add to what you said, Tom, and to answer that question, I think Hero CPL 2020 is the ideal respite for the stress of COVID-19 as well. Many viewers back at home looking on. Live cricket entertainment is a rarity in these times. So all and sundry must be complimented for the effort in getting the cricket to you, the viewers. If we drill down to the cricket itself, yeah, we want to see a little bit more from the batting, but it's been entertaining. And that's what you want to see. Players being challenged in different departments and developing as they respond. For those of you who would like to send your question in, like and follow Republic Bank on social media and send in your questions.
Well, Mohammed Nabi back for his final over. He's had an absolute field day today. but throughout the tournament he's been dominant with ball and bat. In the air, and this could well be another one for Nubby. It's a handful for him. There it is, 5 for Nubby. Mohammed Nabi's first 5-wicket haul in the Heroes CPL. What an achievement.
It's the 8th 5-wicket haul in Hero CPL. That's a tremendous accomplishment for the right-handed off-spinner from Afghanistan. He's been consistent, he's been brilliant with bat and ball for the Zooks, and yet again today he's starring. Sohail Tanvir goes for 12, and the Patriots in deeper trouble now, 70 for 7.
Now this is Radica Trading, you know that? And them have everything to cover anything. Radica Trading have the best fabric designs for your upholstery needs, yeah? So furniture, car, boat, tent, even material for school bag.
This will look really nice on my couch, boy.
They even making pillow too.
Sprang.
Oui?
Oh shucks, I forget my money.
Serious?
They could pay for it for me.
Me and my big mouth boy, I wonder if Radica get thing to cover mouth yet.
Radica Trading for locations nationwide.
Nabi, he can do no wrong. Alzari Joseph, the new batsman. We've seen a few batsmen in this innings get dismissed playing that sweep shot and getting a top edge. Evan Lewis won. Ramden tried the slug sweep and top edged. Patriots will try to eke out as many runs as possible in these remaining overs. 4 runs from it and a wicket to Mohammed Nabi. It's 73 for 7.
Due to tonight's live coverage of the CPL T20, the CNC3 News will air at 9:30 p.m. Tune in every day to catch the latest news and weather only on CNC3.
Devon chocolate digestive, rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Devon chocolate digestive, taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
Third best bowling figures in Hero CPL's history. Mohammed Nabi. Look at the economy as well, along with those 5 wickets.
Kesrick Williams into the attack for his first over. Awkward bounce for Fletcher, not reaching him. That slower ball as it carried through to the keeper. The batsman managed to run through for a bye. You can imagine that Williams will just bowl cutters on this surface, just leg cutters and off cutters. Well, they're the best bowling figures in the Heroes CPL throughout its time, and Mohammed Nabi just slotting in third position with his 5 for 15. Wonderful achievement from him today. Really has helped the Zooks get a very good hold on this match. Shakib Al Hassan, 6 for 6. That was in Barbados back in 2013. And Sohail Tanvir, who has just been dismissed with his 5 for 3. There's some impressive numbers there, particularly when you're only given 24 balls.
Four of the 5 players on that list playing in Hero CPL 2020. Mohamed Nabi surely will be at the top of that Dream 11 fantasy team. Log on to dream11.com or download the app. Double points if you had him as captain. That's a big possibility for many. Sounded sweet. Emirates, underrated with the bat, gets a hero maximum.
Absolutely crunched this. A slower ball again, but just too short on this occasion, and it sat up. What a sound off the middle of that bat, going up to the first tier of the stand there over straight mid wicket.
Might have been a bit of premeditation on the part of Riyad Emirates. This stage of the innings, Kesrick Williams, majority of his deliveries in an over, slower deliveries. So you can set yourself as a batsman for that and pick your spot.
Well, Nabi completed his 4 with his 5-wicket return. Zahir in his comeback match getting 1 for 18 off his 4, and Rakim Cornwall bowling 4, picking up 1 for 14. So really spin dominating that bowling card, as you'd expect given the conditions that are on offer. Been quite dramatic turn and bounce, which has made it very difficult for the batsman. In saying that, it's 82 for 7. If they can just tick over 100, this game's still on.
Surely this pitch will dry out as well, and batting should become easier. So that's another advantage that St. Lucia Zouks will have in their run chase. Not that winning the toss was an advantage. There's a 50-50 possibility of either captains winning. Darren Sammy won on this occasion.
Well, this is not the finish they're hoping for. Done such a good job to get in a very strong position. Williams going so wide with this slower ball. He's lucky to land on the pitch.
That's wonderfully executed by Riyad Emirates yet again. Boundary to end the over. Expensive one, relatively speaking. 87 for 7.
It's easy to feel on top of your game when a solid team helps support you. That's why the experts at Jameson make products for immune support made with pure ingredients. We'd say it's a winning lineup. Stay strong with Jameson.
Devon chocolate digestive, rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Devon chocolate digestive, taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
There's one lonely tower there, and that's that last over going for 14. In the context of this contest, that's a monster over. That really is. Drawing closer to that 3-figure number of 100. I think if they do tick over that 100, there is slight psychological boost for the Patriots. I think they would have ideally liked to have got to 120, but still 12 balls left. There's every chance they can reach that 100 plus.
Just a single. As we approach the 19th over, I'm sure many of the batsmen in the Zouks team will be thinking about the approach required in this run chase storm. Will they need to put a higher weighting on preservation of their wicket as against aggression?
It depends on the batsmen and their strength, and I'm sure they'll assess how they best play spin more than anything else when they have their chance. But I think it's important they still have that positive frame of mind, chasing down a short total.
Sliding down. Stifled appeal, leg by signal. That was quite close.
Change of pace, off cutter. I think it's a very good decision again, just gripping and angling down that leg side.
Two from two so far. Just checked him a bit. That's what we saw from the earlier matches with Cougar Line. His ability to be aggressive as a fast bowler, to use his short delivery to good effect. As on this occasion, but it was just a bit too short in length. Might look to go full now.
Better length. At the end of the day, regardless of how the surface is played in the last couple of overs, you still can't ignore the fact that Yorker is still the best ball, defensive ball that you can bowl. Cougar Line finding exactly that length, that delivery.
I doubt very much Riyad Emirates will be looking for that slower ball. Change in the field, or considering it. No, says Darren Sammy. Field remains the same for Riyad Emirates. Goes high. Fielder circling. And a Republic Bank classic catch by guess who? Mark Dial.
He's good in the outfield, isn't he, Mark Dial? Made a lot of ground running around, probably had about 25 metres to track around that mid-wicket boundary. Emirates not getting all of it, but got it up high. Eyes on the ball all the way, just so balanced, so relaxed underneath it. Completes a very good catch and gets rid of the dangerous Emirates. He goes for 16 off just the 16 balls. It's 91 for 8.
We've all had our share of bad luck, be it unlucky in love or backing the most unlucky team ever. Whatever your run of bad luck is, the KFC Lucky 7 bucket makes it all better. 7 pieces of chicken and 7 sides for only $99.
First wicket of the innings going to Seema. Cougar Line, the beneficiary. It's been a very good over so far. Changing his lengths, majority of his deliveries attempting to be full, and in that Yorker length. Good end to the over. Wayward going down the leg side. Andre Fletcher being asked to do extra work.
Emirates at this stage of the inning had to look for a boundary, and he tried to launch it into that leg side, just got underneath it a little bit. Mark Dial making good ground and completing a good catch.
second, third man up, you'd expect that the line will be wicket to wicket. That is what Kugalan is attempting to do. Gives it length. And Alzari Joseph, he has produced a good end to the over. Hero maximum. Brings up the 100 now for the Patriots. 19 overs gone.
The way we move, the way we sound, feel the rhythm. The way we fed, soaking wet, it's the way we play. The way we groove, the way we dance, every night and day. Every night and day. Carib, there's the Caribbean. Carib, that's a list of fun.
Carib, it's the way we play.
Another big over for the Patriots. 13 coming from that. The penultimate. Vicious swing there from Alzari Joseph of the middle. Should be taken. Surrendered his wicket, Imran Khan. There was an intent to go over the infield, but with pace off the ball, just didn't get the power.
It's a bit of length. A little fuller if he's going to be bowling that change of pace. He's sitting in the wicket and bouncing a touch, and it balloons to backward point. So at the end of Imran Khan, it's 100 for 9.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn WHO's hand washing habits. Yes, the World Health Organization says washing hands with soap is an effective way to prevent the spread of germs. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Trinidad and Tobago.
At the very least, the Patriots will want to bat the remaining deliveries out. Oh, Alzari Joseph having different plans. Another hero maximum.
Frustration in the field. These additional runs are just not what the Zooks had in their mind. Halfway down, too short again. He just sits up on a slowish surface and asks to be hit.
Turning out to be a tremendous effort with the bat from Alzari Joseph. And again, squeezes this one through the offside. And will get strike, more importantly.
Frustration for Sammy. You can see these additional runs just leaking and hurting their chances. A little bit unlucky, the direct hit, but still the throw could have been shorter with the bounce throw or thrown straight over the top. He's got the dangerous Joseph on strike.
Full of more pace on that delivery from Keswick Williams.
Well, it would have been deflated over the last couple of hours, that dugout, but just a glimmer of hope with this little bit of a rush at the back end of the innings. They'll be thinking, if we can get some early wickets in the power play, that total, even though it's modest, might be okay.
Beautiful. Excellent from Alzari Joseph. Hasn't taken the single
wants to get the most out of the last delivery. Alzari Joseph.
I think initially he was thinking that was 4 off the bat.
Very good. Very, very good from Kesrick Williams. Went for the Yorker, got it right. Only conceding 2 off the last delivery, but it's been an expensive over yet again. 10 runs coming from it. A way better effort with the bat by the Patriots in the last 3 overs. But they will still think that 110 is going to be a big ask for them to defend.
Yeah, Darren Sammy all smiles, and so he should be. Won the toss and bowled first, and conditions were very much in favour for bowling. It's a tacky wicket, a little bit of moisture there, so the ball has gripped and turned and bounced. And his star overseas bowler, Mohammad Nabi, didn't let him down. Bowled superbly well in the power play as he's being pushed to the front of the queue. And so he should be leading the team off with a 5-wicket haul. It's not that often you get a bowler taking 5 wickets in a T20 match, but Mohammad Nabi showing his great value.
Looks a really good scorecard if you are a St. Lucia Zouks fan. They dented this Patriots batting very early, and they had to recover. Ben Dunk top scored with 33 from 37. And then there were useful contributions from Tanvir and Emrit. And Alzari Joseph really starring with the bat. 21 from 13, bringing some respectability to the Patriots total. 6 sixes and only 1 4 in that Patriots innings. 3 meaningful partnerships in the 20s. But it was challenging conditions, and the Patriots just didn't rise.
Well, spin dominated at the top there. Nabi with 5 for 15 off his 4. Kugelheim only bowling the 2 overs, but picking 1 for 16. Zahir Khan back into the side, getting 1 for 18 off his 4. Cornwall bowled 4 as well, taking 1 for 14. And Williams at the end just picking up the 1 wicket.
Let's go down to Alex Jordan.
Well, you probably couldn't find a country further away from St. Lucia than Afghanistan, but Mohammad Nabi feels very at home with the St. Lucia Zouks, the first 5-for for the CPL 2020. Tell us about that surface and why it worked so well for you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah, it's good surface for the spinner. It's soft, gripping. That's why it's helped a lot. Yeah.
It was extraordinary, Nabi. 2 wickets in the first over. At that stage, you must have felt you really got them.
Yeah, in the meeting we tell that the wicket is too soft. Spinner will take that charge to take that control the whole situation. And this side, the captain gave me the first out most of the time. And the light from the first ball, stuck the ball in the beach. That's why it's helped a lot here.
I'm sure the captain is soon going to offer you some St. Lucian citizenship. And Nabi, you've become the first active player in Afghanistan to be on the Afghanistan cricket board. You must be very pleased with the performance, not only of yourself, but the other Afghan players in this competition.
Yeah, I think it's all Afghan players performing in this CPL. It's a good sign for Afghan players, and they are doing a great job for the leagues, for the national duty as well. It's a great platform from back home for the youngster to motivate, bring more talent as well.
Well, that 5 for 15 is the 3rd best bowling figures ever in CPL. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Always smiling, Mohammad Nabi, thanks to Alex Jordan. The Digicel highlights bundle. Much was expected from the openers from the Patriots. Chris Lynn was the first to go. Mohammad Nabi, one that just held up in a simple bowling court, and then Kelly caught behind by Rakeem Cornwall. Dinesh Ramdin came in and he had to restore the innings. Played a lovely shot for a hero maximum, then top edge this one, and he departed.
Nubby kept on his merry way with another sweep shot attempt. Evan Lewis getting the top edge. Ronston Chase came into the action. A rare moment for a boundary for the Patriots, but a very good catch by Fletcher as Zahir Khan picks up his wicket in his comeback match. Dunk got going and played some nice strokes. Started to build a partnership, but it was never easy at any stage. There was always chances on offer with the ball turning and bouncing awkwardly. A tough role for a keeper in these conditions. Rakim Cornwall came into the attack and picked up a wicket, not with what you'd say a great delivery, but it was Nubby that just continued to take wickets, and there it is, 5 for him. 5 for 15 he ended up with. Bit of a flurry at the end. One thing they will be disappointed with, the Zooks, is the way they've finished. They just provided a number of boundary options for the tail enders, for the Patriots, to give them some sort of hope. A couple of lusty blows over to the onside. The wickets just kept on falling as they were in pursuit for something that was competitive.
37 off 3 is what they achieved, the Patriots, in the last 3 overs. Just showing that the pitch improving a bit as we get into the Bet Daily innings break. And we await the second half of this contest. The St. Lucia Zooks will need 111 of 20 overs. See you on the other side.
Watermelon flavored rum from White Oak. World class, homegrown, designate, don't drink and drive.
Can you imagine the world of Charles chocolates? Imagine Charles. Enter our world.
One bad vibe and I'm out this. No, you can't stop this. We're out to get it with Lucas and day and night. Yeah, we're on this. I know you want this. Come on and taste the energy. Day and night, live your Lucas life. Live your Lucas life. Come taste the energy.
Good vibes only. Lucasade. Taste the energy.
The way we move, the way we sound, feel the rhythm. The way we fed, soaking wet, it's the way we play. The way we groove, the way we dance, every night and day.
Carib, it's the way we play.
White oak, watermelon filling up me whole glass. Steam reach in again. White oak bottle start fast. We got flavor. White oak watermelon rum fruity, baby. Everybody wants some. I have a watermelon. You want a this or that? I have a white oak flavor. You want a this or that? Oh, we got flavor. Introducing the new watermelon flavored rum from White Oak. World class, homegrown, designate, don't drink and drive.
Mohamed Nabi, the man of the moment. Excellent bowling performance from the Afghan. Picking up 4 wickets inside the power play. And a match haul of 5 for 15. And it's been simply phenomenal. The control, the guile, an acknowledgement of that from his teammates. Really been the story of the match so far. A really disappointing looking scorecard here. If you're a St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots supporter, Ben Dunk with 33. The highest run scorer, Alzari Joseph, Riyad Emirates, towards the back end, got them over the triple figure mark. 5 for 15, Mohamed Nabi stands out. But all of the other bowlers contributed. Spin bowlers in particular. Zaire Khan 1 for 18, Cornwall 1 for 14 off his 4. Fast bowlers, Kugelheim and Williams. Williams in particular, a little bit expensive. This is Mohamed Nabi's match wicket haul. Chris Lynn the first to go. And then Nick Kelly. Both of them falling in the first over. They really set the tone. Dennis Ramden tried to take him on. Perished doing so. And Evan Lewis, very destructive at the top. Little paddle sweep into the hands. And again, very identical Sohail Tanvir. Falling in similar fashion to give this man his 5 wicket haul. And I'm sure you would have had him in your Dream 11 and quite understandably sits at top of the Fantasy League scoreboard. It means therefore the target for the St. Lucia Zouks, they need 111 of their 20 overs at 5.55. Let's go to Gautam Bamani. Who have you got, Gautam?
Well, yes, I have got somebody who might have a bit of information about the opposition. Yes, Mohamed Nabi, fantastic with his 5 but the gentleman alongside Donovan Miller, 2 seasons at the Patriots, will know a thing or two about the opposition. Donovan, it's good to know something about them.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a different Patriots team. So, but I mean, most of these guys have been around other leagues and the CPL for a long time. So, yeah, everyone knows everyone these days. Yeah.
What was the plan when you walked out there? You know, because you could see with Kesrick Williams coming into bowl so late, obviously there was going to be so much of spin coming in.
Yeah. Well, looking at the last couple of games, you could see that the wicket is conducive to spin. So one of the plans last night was to ensure that we bowl as much spin as possible, especially if we win the toss.
Looking at Mohamed Nabi's performance, he's been bowling the first over pretty much every time. What is the secret to his success this season? What's he been doing?
Well, he's a very smart cricketer, isn't it? And he's been around for a very long time. He knows these conditions very well as well. And a really gem of a bloke in the changing room. A lot of experience, Mohamed.
Now, obviously, with looking at that total, 110 is what they put on the board. A few extra from Alzari at the end. How would you assess that in terms of chasing it down?
Well, we're going to try and go about it our way. The plan is to be attacking at the top and make sure that the guys do it in their way. So, hopefully we could get some runs, a good start from the Spiceman and the big man at the top today.
Spiceman and big man, well put. Thanks for your time, Donovan.
Cheers, no worries, thanks.
Match partner for this contest in the bet, the St. Lucia Zouks being the home team, and Donovan Miller will have a lot of information and knowledge. The Hero CPL having spent some time as well with the Jamaica Talawas in previous editions. So they would need early wickets, and that's the only way they can get back into this contest. The St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, Andrew Fletcher, he would be looking to negate those early threats. Had a good score against this opposition, 46 in the previous contest. So he has that memory in the bank. Raheem Cornwall, his opening partner, he has the memory of last season as the highest strike rate throughout the tournament. And look at that strike rate, 155. So given that responsibility as the enforcer to set the tone for the innings, hasn't gotten off quite as he would have liked. And perhaps today is the day. Sohail Tanvir, the highest capped overseas player in the Hero CPL. economy of 6.8, 168 wickets. So good returns for him. All set for the first ball. And first delivery is whacked over the top. Length presented. And thank you very much, says Raheem Cornwall.
A little surprised initially when I looked up to see the field set. Just a little surprised that there's no one down the ground for Raheem Cornwall. There's a deep square and a third man. Cornwall is very strong if you give him room over the offside or he's looking to hit down the ground. So unless you pull the length back or take him very wide, you're in danger if he pace off the ball.
And we've seen Tanvir Bish, interestingly enough, go around the wicket to a lot of these West Indian batsmen. I would like to think that you want to go across the left-hander from over the wicket. The right-hander, beg your pardon. Bang on target. And if we can just perhaps analyze the batting display in the first innings and perhaps extrapolate a little bit the overall batting that we've seen, particularly here at the Queen's Park Oval. How do you analyze that, Ian?
Well, I said this morning I thought the pitch was particularly challenging, perhaps more so than previous games. I think the ground staff have to do better. There was too much bounce and turn, maybe due partly to the moisture, but the batting wasn't as smart. I expected him and it's rammed in to be better and smarter. I'll tell you why I said that after this ball.
Over the top. Does it have the legs? Yes, it does. Another boundary. With an offer this time from Sohail Tanvir.
Cornwall thrives on that. I'm not sure still that the field is in accordance to what I would like. I think if he's going to hold that off-stump line, if he's going to hold, as we've seen, you can have a man down the ground and maybe have that man, a third man, squarer with the slow nature of the surface. Third man has gone a little squarer.
Big, gigantic from Raheem Cornwall, making the adjustment with the line. But Raheem Cornwall just wallops that one over deep mid-wicket.
Excellent batting, though, it has to be said. Cornwall has his role, that's to play his shots, particularly in this power play, inside the Guardian Life power play, and with pace on the ball. He's doing his job. To get spinning early. Let's see if the ball is still gripping off the surface. So I thought the way that you assess the pitch, Samuel, I reckon it was like a Guyana Providence surface of years ago. And what used to happen there quite often would be teams would score 120, 125, 130 and win and defend that. Andy Flowers said something interesting because he said assess the conditions very early. I don't think these guys, the Patriots, did that. Wickets in hand, rotate, strike, capitalize in the last 5 as Alzari Joseph did. So you could have gone maybe 125, 130 and see where that took you. The pitch might have dried out a bit.
And another one, this time over long off. A monumental blow from Raheem Cornwall. Ends the over with another hero maximum, 20 without loss after one.
As a child, our dreams are only limited by our imagination. So we dream big. We see a pathway that can make your dreams a reality. By choosing a sustainable fuel option, you can do more than you imagine. You can give your dreams the time and savings they deserve. With us along for the ride, you'll not only arrive at your destination, you will arrive at your dreams.
What a start for the St. Lucia Zouks. Raheem Cornwall is just making all of us look very silly talking about this pitch, talking about grip, talking about all sorts of things. But look what he's doing. 20 runs in the first over. And this man has been good in the matches that he's played. He's bowled in the power play. He's gotten wickets. He's been economical. Might just be tricky. Some ominous clouds hovering over the Queen's Park Oval. Just a slight drizzle at the moment. And this is what we've spoken about. The uncertainty with the weather here. Of course, we're in the wet season in these parts. So it's something that we would expect.
I think you're a bit hard on yourself there. I don't think Cornwall is making anyone look silly. We've talked about the pitch in the context of pace off the ball. Spinners coming into play. I think once you put pace on the ball as a seamer, then you're in trouble. So with John Ross Jagisa coming into the attack, I think the short leg is coming in. Is that why the pads, the leg guards are coming out? So let's reflect, Samuel, for our viewers on the bowling figures from the previous innings. We had Nabi 5 for 15. Kugelheim went at 8. Kesrick Williams went at 11. So what that has told us is that as far as the way the pitch played in the first innings, the seamers were expensive. So it's a pace off the ball. So what Cornwall did to Sohail Tanvi was not surprising, given the way he plays and what was served to him. What we'll find out now is whether the ball is still gripping on the surface or whether the surface has dried out any.
A very good analysis as usual from Ian Bishop. But the Patriots captain Riyad Emirates knows very well that he needs wickets in order to stay in this contest. Unfortunately, isn't any rain to cause any delay. The 5 overs, of course, constitutes a match. And so once we get that in, we will have a result. Jagisa first delivery. And this one is crashed through the offside from Andrea Fletcher. Very strong square off the wicket on the offside.
Jagisa has been very good in this tournament, but he will look back on this first ball with regret. Where are his deep fielders? Where is his protection? On the leg side, a deep mid-wicket and long on. And you give him width, short and wide, right of your screen. So he has to bowl a fairly straight line, wouldn't you say?
Much better. He made the accommodation. We talk about the resources that were used in that first innings. A plethora of spinners on show. Riyad Emirates, he doesn't necessarily have the same resources in his team. John Ross Jagisa, Imran Khan as the only 2 specialist spinners. So in as much as they would have seen the way the surface played, seen the effect of the spinners, doesn't have that in his armory to call upon.
I'll sit back on the circle here if I were the inner ring fielders. Why am I sitting back on the circle? Because Cornwall, for obvious reasons, is not the fastest runner. So I'm going to ask Fletcher to hit the ball past my inner ring.
Oh, yes, Shaggy.
That's a very important point. I spoke to Andre this morning about that, and it puts him under some pressure to get that single. You want Cornwall to face the majority of the deliveries in the power play. The challenge is to get him on strike.
Oh, yeah.
Nice bounce and turn. 24 without loss after 2.
Rakeem Cornwall 20 of 6, having faced that first over, capitalized. Imran Khan is now introduced into the attack after Sohail Tanvir disappeared. So Ryan Emirates recognizing the importance of getting early wickets and deciding that he's going to throw his best chances or his best prospects of getting those wickets at the St. Lucia Zouks.
I want to put you in the limelight again, Sammy. This kid, well, I wouldn't say he's a kid because he's 35. He's not a spring chicken. He would have sort of gauged his method on your type of quick leg spin. What length should he bowl? What is the feel?
That's the length and the line. I'd want to be targeting the stumps as much as possible. Bring the LBW bowl down into play. But like you mentioned, that length, and Rakeem Cornwall is so strong down the ground. So I wouldn't want to get too close to him. And he has that reach. He's a tall man as well.
So you're having that man at long on, and the second man is where?
I usually bring my deep mid wicket much straighter because he isn't looking to score square. And if he does look to score square, and as we mentioned that there's a change in field, there's a long off in position now. Massive again from Rakeem Cornwall. That's out of here. So the length too short on that occasion, Imran Khan.
Yep, too short, but my goodness, you have to give Cornwall a lot of credit too, sitting back and picking the length very, very quickly. When he fires and has fired as he did like last year, he does so much good for the Zouks in the power play. Mandela Park is just over the back there. Somebody's got a ball.
Really powerful strike off the ball. And not too sure if the slight drizzle that we've had over the last over or so has anything to do with it, or if it's just the quality of Rakeem Cornwall and his ability to pick that length quite early. But the St. Lucia Zouks 30 without loss in 2.3. Look at that strike rate. And this is what we saw in 2019 from the big man. And that's the length. But the challenge is to find that length consistently. I know how difficult it is bowling in the power play against someone like Rakeem Cornwall, who throws caution to the wind. If he gets dismissed, well, no love lost. If he makes connection, however, you're under tremendous pressure. Clean them up. Good line. If not length, the line was really good. Wicket to wicket. And he succeeded.
Yeah, into the pitch, and it didn't bounce anywhere near as it should have. But remember, twice previously in the over, Cornwall tried to play that hoik and missed. That really should have been bouncing a little bit more than that. Not a great surface. I'll say it again. This surface here is not great in the rain.
We're trying to find out one thing. What's the mark?
23.
18. Water boat. How is choosing numbers?
Every time I dream something, I can't tell anyone anything.
If they play king, you will hear like kingfish, or rat snake, or three blind mice.
So whenever I dream, I come and play by myself, and every single day I win.
To pace their innings. So a slight drizzle. There is going to be a short delay.
You think on reflection, Riyad Amrit could look back and think to himself, based on what we saw with the bowling in the first innings, maybe we should have started with the two spinners, or at worst, someone like Amrit himself who bowls cutters and takes the pace off the ball. Not that Tanvir can't bowl cutters. He's done it before. Did he get the planning wrong, or was it right for him to try to look for some swing?
Look, it's a difficult one. In hindsight, we can make all sorts of judgments and determination. I just think that he didn't have the confidence to give Imran Khan that new ball in the first over. This is what happened earlier when the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots was sent in. Not too much productivity at the top. Ben Dunk with 33. Alzari Joseph towards the back end getting that 21. And they limped over the 100 mark, getting to 110 for 9. And a really good bowling effort. But you have to question the manner in some of those dismissals. Mentioned the bowling effort. Look at that at the top. Mohamed Nabi 5 for 15 with 15 dots. Kugeline, Zahir, Cornwall, and Kesrick Williams a wicket apiece. Rakeem Cornwall dismissed just before this delay. Bowled Imran Khan, 26 of 11. And the man to get that wicket, Imran Khan, into his first over. But Sohail Tanvir, he disappeared in the one that he bowled, none for 20. So the match summary, St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots getting up to 110, thanks to Ben Dunk and Alzari Joseph. Mohamed Nabi, the main destroyer, and the Zooks, well, in pursuit of that, are 30 for 1. We've got the BIP fan of the match. So those of you who are tuned in virtually, Lilia Fletcher. Mother Zook to the rescue. And they've really been rescued so far this season. Getting up 3 victories already in pursuit of their 4th. Look at that. So lots of support across the Caribbean for all of these teams. Mother Zook, you've been having a good impact on this St. Lucia Zooks team. So the news from here at the Queen's Park Oval, the covers are out, groundsmen ensuring that the square is well protected. So a bit of cloud cover around. Players are off the field. Doesn't look too bad. I don't think that the delay will be too long. Hopefully we can get some play going quite quickly, at least a match on. Remember, we just need 5 overs in this innings to constitute a match. Kelman Cowlesser, the 4th umpire. A historic day yesterday for those of you who can remember. Dwayne Bravo getting to 2 important landmarks. The first 500 wickets in T20 cricket. The second one, 100 wickets in CPL 2020. Sits at the top of the pile in terms of most wickets. And after that landmark performance, Alex Jordan caught up with the man himself.
Well, history has been made here today at the Queen's Park Oval. The first man to 500 T20 wickets, DJ Bravo. We know him as Dwayne Bravo. Dwayne, congratulations.
Thank you very much. First of all, thanks to Almighty God for allowing me to be the first. It's a great journey. And I want to say thanks to all my teammates, thanks to all the teams that I play for around the world. And to be able to achieve that right here at home, this is where I started playing cricket. At age 8 is where it all started for me. And, I can't be a more happier person to get that 500 here at the Queen's Park Oval.
How special that it also happened during the CPL. It's your 100th CPL wicket, another record. Yeah. Can you remember your first wicket? We saw a graphic today.
My first CPL wicket, it's impossible to remember that.
Scott Styris.
CPL?
No. First ever T20 wicket.
Oh, in New Zealand. Okay. I can't remember, but like I said, Scotty is also a world-class player. Played well for New Zealand, had a very good international career. Being the first to get 100 in CPL as well, again, another great achievement for me personally. But what I enjoy the most is whenever I play in tournaments, apart from taking wickets, I win trophies. So that for me is more important than me achieving these personal stuff. I think along with Pollard, Russell, I think we win most T20 tournaments in the world, and that is what we play for. We just don't want to play in those leagues and take part. We want to dominate and we want to win.
That's why you had a massive hit called Champion. Well, let's talk about the actual moment. It came off the big guy, Rakeem Cornwall. We were looking for it all week. Talk me through it.
Yeah, they get off to a pretty decent start. And once again, Paulie said to me, try and see if I could get a over in the power play. I don't normally bowl in the power play. Obviously, it's not a position I normally bowl. But like I said, I'm up for everything, whatever the team is required. And Cornwall is a very dangerous player. And I give him a Yorker, I give him a slower ball, I give him a harder Yorker again. And I said, okay, now I have to go hard length. And it worked, straight to Manas. As Manas said, he's part of history now. He was the one to get a 500 catch. And I think everyone was happy for me. And, I'm happy for myself. And again, my teammates is the one need to take some credit as well.
Well, we're delighted for you. When it gets to numbers like 100 and 500, are there any that stand out? Are there any that take you back to that very moment and think that was a huge one?
Well, I saw you guys put up on the board that the one I dismissed the most was Pollard. And I had no idea actually Pollard was the most dismissed, but he's my very good friend. And to have a high-quality player like that on top of the list. But I enjoy the battle. This is a batsman game. It's designed for batsmen. We bowlers have it very hard. My position that I bowl normally is in the back end of the innings to some quality players. So yes, I accept the fact that I go for runs, but as you can see, I also get wickets as well. And that is, it's part of the game. For me to dominate a batsman-friendly game like this, I'm happy. Outside of the game, you do so much for cricket as well, and obviously in music, and you're such a superstar. Tell us a bit about that part of your career. You have a new studio. Yes, I have a new studio, 47 Production. I'm very passionate about music, passionate about my culture here in Trinidad and Tobago, and also Caribbean culture. So I see myself as a vessel to take Caribbean culture to places that is never heard. So like the Asian countries, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, even if you go to Australia, New Zealand and these places, you don't really hear soca music, reggae music or dancehall music. So for me, being the champion, I want to be able to do all these collaborations with various musicians around the world and try to incorporate our culture, and let's see what happens.
Well, you are the messenger. You know me very well, DJ Bravo. I'm missing the music this round. Give us a little something now. Give us a little vibes in the place.
DJ 500, DJ 100. Everybody knows, say DJ a champion. What? Champion, champion.
That's just really wonderful for you. And your
Thank
family
you.
must be really pleased.
Yeah, definitely. Even my little son, Dwayne, sent a voice note to me this morning. He's only 3 years old, and it was so cute. My daughter, everyone is very proud. Message from my coach, my manager, everybody. So, again, it was there waiting to happen. I started off the tournament, needed 3 wickets. So I know at some point it will happen. But as I said to my brother, they were actually more anxious than I am. They had a big presentation like 2 games ago. And I was like, guys, listen, it didn't happen yet. It will happen on God's time, not on my time. And it's perfect that it happened here at the Queen's Park Oval. I really feel proud about that. I guess we go celebrate, but the game is not finished. And hopefully we still able to get to play again and then see how the day panned out.
Hey, there's your brother, DM Young Bravo.
Yes.
When you reach numbers like this, 100 and 500, are you still hungry? Do you still want them the same way?
Of course, I think this is what I was born to do. As a kid, as I told you, at the age 8 is where I found the love for cricket. I said to guys before, even though there is no fans, when people ask the question, how does it feel to play without any fans? I say, for me, it don't really affect me. It's good to have fans in the stands, but at the same time, whether there is 500, 5 people, or 1,000, you have to play the game with one way, high intensity, full of energy, play with passion, play with heart, and play fair. And that's how I play my cricket throughout my life. So whether there is fans in the stands or not, I'll be able to play one way.
It's been gorgeous to watch your career, and there are many youngsters around the CPL who I'm sure feel very privileged to be so close to DJ Bravo. When you were coming up in your career, who did you look at like that?
Ian Bishop, definitely. I was a big fan of him. Phil Simmons, Brian Lara, obviously. Richard Smith. When I started my first-class career, Richard Smith was the captain of the team, and then obviously Darren Ganga, who I played under most. So I think even this core of players, Darren Ganga need to take a lot of credit as well, because we are young players coming through our under 19 days, and then he was our leader, and obviously Darren is a very strong leader. So I think all of us give a lot of respect to him for that. But I said the likes of Bishop, Phil Simmons, all these guys, Mervyn Dillon also, they all play a part. My childhood coach, Charles Gillen, he's always been there for me. Being able to learn things on my own, watch the game. I watch cricket a lot. When I'm not playing, I watch. I want to see what other guys are doing, see what they're not doing, and challenge myself. Even in my bedroom watching the game, I challenge myself what I will do in that position. So as a student to the game, I keep learning. As much as I play over 400 games, I keep learning and I keep asking questions.
Well, many will want to learn from you. Do you make it a priority to sort of mentor and coach the younger players?
Yeah, definitely. I see it as my duty now. Even my return to international cricket with the West Indies team, I see myself as that father figure to the bowling group especially. I want to encourage bowlers, especially in this format of the game. Yorkers, work on the Yorkers, work on the skills. And the Yorker ball, whether it's wide, straight, or leg stump Yorker, is the safest ball. I had a chat with Kyle Myers and Raymond Reefer at the pool 2 days ago, yesterday. And we are oppositions in CPL, but at the end of the day, we all have to represent West Indies. So the more that all of us can learn from each other is only better for West Indies cricket. As I said before, I see myself as that kind of mentor, that guy. You look at the way Ali Khan is bowling this season is a big difference from last season. Jayden Sears also. So as much as possible, I'm very approachable, and I make myself available to share whatever knowledge I have.
It's been a long and illustrious career, Dwayne Bravo, and you've managed to keep your fitness together, right? Even out of lockdown. And of course, across the West Indies, I think we struggle, we could say generally, with our fitness. What are your secrets? What's your advice?
Self-pride is one of it. Whether it's a lockdown or not a lockdown, I take my fitness very seriously. Eat properly. I always have a good workout routine. Yes, with the lockdown, it was more challenging, but I didn't use it as an excuse to just sit home and do nothing. I always like to be active, and I think, and also being able to still enjoy the game, still want to compete against the best in the world. Obviously, I'm 36 years old, so there will be whispers around whether he still have it or not. I didn't start the CPL, strong, but again, it's a tournament that 1 or 2 games doesn't really matter. Is how you be able to stay focused and play through the tournament. With the experience that I have, I get through it. But again, it's more self-pride. I look after my body, and I want to play as long as possible.
All right, let's talk about CPL 2020. Out the gates quickly, 3 of 3. You're in the middle of your 4th one. A different start for the St. Lucia Zoops. The tournament matchups look a little different this year.
CPL is always a tough tournament. I think Zooks over the years has been very unlucky. Obviously, they always have a good squad. All the teams always have a good squad on paper. But at the end of the day, cricket play on the field. And when you don't start a tournament strong enough, it's always difficult to come back. It's happy to see that they start better this season. But as I said before, they always have a very good squad and a good team. Just like St. Kitts, just like Talawas, just like Tridents, Warriors. So we all have good quality players, good international players coming. It's just on any given day, anybody can beat anyone. But for we as TK, we challenge ourselves. We don't worry about the opposition. We challenge ourselves as players to see how best we can play and come up with victories.
Now, we're good friends, so I know you won't mind me saying, around the region, outside of Trinidad and Tobago, of course, TKR is seen as the big favorites. So everybody's sort of gone against TKR.
Oh,
do you guys like that sort of added pressure?
Well, we have the nation supporting us. We have 1.3 million people supporting us. So whether the rest of the Caribbean don't support us, that's okay. They have to support their respective islands. But at the end of the day, it's a cricket game. All of us have mutual respect for each other, each and every team. So TK being the team with the most titles, obviously will be the team to beat. When you look at it on paper, they have Paulie, they have myself, they have Sunil, they have my brother. So, but Jamaica have Russell, they have Carlos, they have Rovman, St. Lucia have Sammy, they have Fletcher. So all the teams around, they have star players, players who have success, not only in CPL, but internationally as well. But it's okay to be the team to beat. It's all right.
And you are the man to beat. 500 T20 wickets, the first man to do it, 100 CPL wickets. Who's next in that lineup, you reckon?
I think the person second is Malinga, but he's like 100 and something wickets behind. But I think Rashid Khan or Sunil Narang, because of the age factor and quality spinners, that definitely they will be the favorites to really get up there and pass it at one point in time. But Malinga is, I think, easily the best T20 bowler ever when it comes to fast bowlers. And, unfortunately, he didn't get so many wickets. But if you look at his games and strike rate and stuff, he's easily the best.
You mentioned Sunil Narine, and we wish him better this morning. He's not playing today. It's always missing when he's not in the game because he's so incredible. What makes him so good? Look at how he started 2020.
Yeah, he worked very hard. Well, a lot of people don't see, they just see the Sunil Narine on the field. But Sunil is someone, when it comes to cricket training, he trains here every day. Every day he makes it his duty to come down and bat. And, he don't bowl as much in training, but he makes sure he gets his batting on song. And, again, we call him king. He's a king for us, and we wish him a speedy recovery. He's not feeling well, and hopefully we get him back soon, because whenever we have Sunil in our lineup, even the opposition fear him as well.
Well, DJ Bravo, you're the king for today. On behalf of all of our team at the CPL, congratulations on a big milestone.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Mahalakshmi Astrology Center, top of High Street, San Fernando, presents Pandit Abhinav, expert in solving all your problems: love, marriage, relationships, job, health, finances, spiritual problems, addiction, and anything else. Get rid of all black magic, voodoo, obeah, evil spirits, jealousy, and negativity. Expert in bringing back your loved ones within days. Get permanent solutions for all your problems. Satisfaction guaranteed. Call 391-1133. I repeat, 391-1133.
Back February 2006 against New Zealand. Played alongside 400 different teammates, 21 different teams, dismissed 312 different batsmen. And the batsman most dismissed, his countryman, his good friend, Kieron Pollard. Amazing performance. A couple of things really stand out for me in that interview. First of all, he mentioned that self-pride, that personal pride, not only in his performances, but also in terms of his fitness and his durability in the sport. And the second thing that really stood out is the adulation and the admiration for Ian Bishop and Darren Ganga, those who have gone before him. And that's very important. Ian Bishop, what do you make of Dwayne Bravo? And for our viewers, I just want to give you a little snippet of information. At under 15 level, Ian Bishop has been credited, and I use that word guardedly, for sending Dwayne Bravo home from a tour. Care to elaborate, Ian Bishop?
Thank you very much, Samuel Battery. That's very kind of you. And I deserve no credit for that. I was basically following the instructions of the coach at the time, who was adamant, God rest his soul, and people don't necessarily know that, so I'm saying it live for the very first time. I was the manager. Look, I have a lot of admiration for Dwayne. I'm very proud of him, like everybody else, as you, as a former teammate. Winning World Cups together. When Dwayne started off, people tend to forget that same under-15 tournament, Dwayne was a batsman in that tournament who bowled a bit. When Dwayne first played international cricket, test match cricket, he batted at 6. He was a batsman who supplemented the rest of the bowling. And so his bowling started superseding his batting as he went deeper into his career, and that was a transformation. But test cricket, and I'm sure Dwayne will tell you this himself, was his real dream coming through the system as a kid. He would never thought 500 T20 wickets. Crazy. It wasn't around when he was growing up. So again, really proud of the man. He's become the entertainer he's become. And he sort of decided to make that shift when he lost the West Indies captaincy and other stuff to move into T20s, and he's a trailblazer, and that's probably one of the highest regards you can have for him.
Trendsetter, certainly. Reflecting back here, the good news, the covers are coming off, and the sunshine finding its way through the clouds, and we're optimistic that we'll have play shortly. For those of you who are now tuning in, this is what has transpired thus far. The St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots haven't been inserted, limped to 110 for 9. Ben Dunk got to 33. Azari Joseph unbeaten on 21. The Afghan Mohamed Nabi, 5 for 15, did the damage. The St. Lucia Zooks only faced 2.5 overs. They already raced the 30 for 1. We'll take a short break, and as soon as there's live action, we'll be back here from the Queen's Park Oval.
Can you imagine the world of Charles chocolates? Imagine Charles. Enter our world.
Now auditioning for Jameson's new multivitamin, J.
Wait, does that say 100%?
Sure does.
Whoa, that really is simple. With new Jameson 100% complete multivitamin, the choice is obvious. See for yourself. It offers 100% of the daily recommended vitamin intake. Now choosing a multivitamin is unbelievably easy. Tree joke. Jameson, naturally.
The way we move, the way we sound, feel the rhythm. The way we fed, soaking wet, it's the way we play. The way we groove, the way we dance, every night and day. Every night and day. Carib, there's a Caribbean. Carib, let's unleash the fun.
Carib, it's the way we play.
Gosh, the LLB bubbles is what we see. The CPL is what moving we. This is the time we come alive, feeling cool and let me drive. LLB, game on. Every year we go within strong. Game on. This feeling can't be wrong. Game on. Passion for the cricket. Stay refreshed with LLB. Bubble and game it.
refreshment partner of CPL T20.
White oak, watermelon filling up me whole glass. Team rich in a gay. White oak bottle start pass. We got flavor. White oak watermelon rum fruity, baby. Everybody wants some. I have a watermelon. You want a taste of that? I have a white oak flavor. You want a taste of that? Oh, we got flavor. Introducing the new watermelon flavored rum from White Oak. World class, homegrown, designate, don't drink and drive.
We've all had our share of bad luck, be it unlucky in love or backing the most unlucky team ever. Whatever your run of bad luck is, the KFC Lucky 7 bucket makes it all better. 7 pieces of chicken and 7 sides for only $99.
We may be apart, but we in this together. Even though we're at home, we're with family and friends. And we show our support for our players with courage, passion, and love. Yes, we in this together. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to win great prizes.
In the world of natural gas, Trinidad and Tobago enjoys an enviable reputation. This is not by chance. For over 3 decades, one company has led the way in shaping the country's unique energy sector and facilitating its growth. The National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago, NGC. NGC is a diversified energy company playing a key role in the development of Trinidad and Tobago's energy policy and increasingly sophisticated energy economy.
Sheiklisha Limited, the Caribbean's largest manufacturers of plain and printed paper bags, leaders in plastic bags, vermicelli, split piece powder, and greaseproof paper, ideal for doubles, french fries, and sandwiches. Supplying stores nationwide. For quality products, trust Sheiklisha Limited, 665-3336.
Devon chocolate digestive, rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Devon chocolate digestive, taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
Match 15 of Hero CPL 2020 will continue. St. Lucia Zouks up against the Patriots. Live images here at the Queen's Park Oval. We had just about half an hour in delay because of rain. Now we've got blue sky. Covers are off. Conditions look very good for the resumption. And the players are already on the field. If you missed it, this is what we've had so far in this contest. The Patriots getting to 110. And the Zouks off to a blistering start, 30 for 1. Cornwall 26 from 11. He was the aggressor in that opening partnership of 30. 81 required now for the Zouks. Mohamed Nabi, star of the show so far, 5 wickets to him. The first, Chris Lynn. Then Nick Kelly, fought by Rakeem Cornwall. Ramdin, Evan Lewis, wickets falling in quick succession. His career best figures, and third best in Hero CPL's history. Tamuri, good start so far by the Zouks.
Yeah, absolutely. Rakeem Cornwall came out and played his natural game, and he got out just the ball before they came off for rain. As you touched on, 30 minutes we've had delay. Mark Dial has come in for that wicket, but the Zouks have got a jump on this modest total, only needing 111. And they've already got 30 in the bank.
Imran Khan striking early for the Patriots. Prefers bowling to the right-handers because of his style of leg spins, because of his ability to bowl top spinners that angle into the right-handers. This should be taken, yeah. Good anticipation by Riyad Emrit, the captain, moving from mid-on and taking a stumbling catch.
Trying to get my head around this shot. First ball straight after the break. Remarkable, really. I know the plan might have been to try to break the back of this total as quick as possible, but at least give yourself a few balls to get settled and adjusted to the conditions. But Mark Dowell fails to do that. He goes without scoring off the very first ball. It's 30 for 2.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn WHO's hand washing habits. Yes, the World Health Organization says washing hands with soap is an effective way to prevent the spread of germs. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Trinidad and Tobago.
Rosson Chase leading the batting for this Zouks team. 2 half centuries already in Hero CPL 2020. A classical styled player, you would say, with the bat.
It's probably what's required at this stage. Someone with a conventional technique, looking just to work the ball around with a low risk approach.
We've seen the dominance of spin on this surface. Jonas Jagisa. This was a wicket of Mark Dial. Now the principles of batting you would expect will remain the same. First delivery, hitting across the line. Dial. How would you explain that, Tom Moody? Not shot by Dial.
I'm a little taken back, to be honest with you. I find it hard to explain.
Oh, yes.
Good catch, though, by the captain. Riyad Emrit. Wouldn't say he's a spring chicken. He's 38 years old, but moved nicely.
Well ball.
Chases away with one down to deep mid-on.
We often talk about assessing situations and letting that dictate the way you play. One could understand it's T20 cricket, and most times batsmen are ultra attacking, but still, you got to give yourself a little bit of time to get in. Let's look at Roston Chase approach in this innings. He's been the most successful batsman for this Zouk side, and I'm sure he's going to take a couple deliveries to get himself in.
Catch him.
Four has gone, 31 for 2.
A hero knows when they enter the field, it's time to play. Step up to the wicket with Ferreira Optical and knock an amazing 25% off any Brian Lara frame or sunglasses. Plus, deliver a sensational 15% off transitions and Varilux lenses. Book your appointment today to live like a legend with Ferreira Optical. Offer ends September 10th. Conditions apply.
Cornwall came with a mission, and that was to take the attack to the Patriots, and he did so. 26 from 11, 3 hero maximums. Hat-trick ball for Imran Khan. Slip in place. Works it nicely through the onside.
Oh yes, good leg, boys. Finish now, sharp.
Well, Raheem Cornwall got them off to a blazing start. He's got his own style, and it's a very effective one. He's brutal down the ground, and he's happy to pull the ball away to leg. He's been given the license at the top of the order, and he has done for a couple of years in that role, just to go out there and express himself and take the bowling on.
Donovan Miller, the coach of the Zouks team, spoke about being positive at the top and players understanding their role. You can glean from that innings that Rakeem's role was to score boundaries in the power play overs, and he did so. Set this run chase off to the right. Tone for the likes of Andre Fletcher, Roston Chase to come in and just take that control of the innings.
Oh! Get down!
Donovan Miller to the left of screen.
Oh, get him! Hey, easy. Hey, keeper, you got him! Keeper!
Andre Fletcher just ball watching, not responding initially to Roston Chase. 5 overs gone, 36 for 2.
Now this is Radical Trading, you know that? And them have everything to cover anything. Radical Trading have the best fabric designs for your upholstery needs, yeah? So furniture, car, boat, tent, even material for school bags.
This will look really nice on my couch, boy.
They even making pillow too.
Frank.
Oui?
Oh shucks, I forget my money.
Serious?
They could pay for it for me.
Me and my big mouth boy, I want a Radical get thing to cover mouth yet.
Radical Trading, 4 locations nationwide.
Northern Range in the background. Lots of houses on the hills. Capitalize on the view of the ocean.
Yeah, the likes of Brian Lara live up there and Darren Ganga. Wonderful views, wonderful lifestyle.
Doesn't compare to yours in Australia, Tom.
Can only wish.
You can sense that Andre Fletcher is having a different approach to his innings, recognizing what transpired in the first half of this match, how challenging the conditions are. He's been more watchful, not extravagant in his stroke play, because he knows how important it is to get in. And that's what we talk about, assessing the situation, assessing conditions, and coming up with an approach to be successful. It's about the execution now. How can he sustain run scoring, taking minimal risk, maybe developing a good partnership with Roston Chase?
That's him, shot.
Patriots don't quite boast the same quality with their spin attack as what the Zooks do, and to be fair, what many teams do in this year's Hero CPL.
That's humongous. He will wait for the delivery to get into his zone, so to speak. Was flighted, was full, was a conventional off break as well. And he picked that one up nicely. Hero maximum. End of the Guardian Live power play. 47 for 2 now to the Zooks.
We all know about Avidan Properties Limited. Welcome to Avidan Park. Avidan is the #1 supplier of quality homes in the central region. All homes include remote gate systems, fully AC, security doors, granite countertops, teak cupboards, porcelain tiles, spacious room, crowned moldings. All homes are fully approved and lot size are 5,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet. So give them a call, WhatsApp, or visit their Facebook page and get one step closer to your dream home.
Underneath it and lifting it and hoisting it miles into the air. Hit the top of that stand.
I like the head position when he played that shot. Wasn't looking to the direction where the ball was hit. His head was looking down and lifted very early. Something that is essential when you're playing the lofted shots. Ideal style player for the situation. Less than run a ball now. Well, just look at his head in the direction of the ball, stays down.
That's it.
Chipped away into space over mid-wicket for a couple, and it brings up the 50. It's the loss of 2 wickets. Achieved that in the 7th over.
Numerous times Andre Fletcher would have played against Imran Khan in first-class cricket prior to this Hero CPL 2020. Andre Fletcher played quite a number of first-class matches for the Windward Islands Volcanoes in the Professional Cricket League here in the West Indies. Imran Khan, a very prolific wicket taker in that format of the game. now making the adjustment in T20 cricket. Let's have a look at how he clears that front foot. He's mindful of Imran Khan sliding the delivery into his pad. Doesn't get his front foot in the way. Bat coming through to make contact.
Yeah, man.
Short and taken. Well. Wasn't the best of deliveries from Imran Khan, but it was a sharp catch to get rid of Fletcher. He'll be disappointed.
Mick Kelly positioned at a mid-wicket. Took a nice catch overhead. Just skidded on a little bit to Fletcher. That's why he couldn't get the elevation he was hoping to get. But a sharp catch from Kelly. Imran Khan will be well pleased with that as he picks up another one. Fletcher goes for 16. It's 52 for 3.
Combat the stress of today's busy lifestyles. Use Astamin-Fort for all-round good health and balance. Astamin-Fort contains power nutrients for that extra energy and vitality, 8 essential amino acids and vitamins. Use Astamin-Fort to boost energy, build stamina and strength, improve performance, relieve tiredness and stress, and improve memory and concentration. Astamin-Fort is excellent supportive therapy for diabetes and hypertension. Get it now at leading pharmacies nationwide.
Najibullah Zadran. New batsman.
Yeah, dynamic left-hand bat from Afghanistan. Natural instinct is to go after the bowling. That's like spin. Strike rate modest at 115. Reflect really how dangerous he can be. Imran Khan just dragging that ball down and skidding through and proving hard to pull away over the infield. Can't believe it. Malak's run out. For today, that is.
Five fielders within the 30-yard circle.
He's had a pretty good game so far, 5 for 15. To be fair, he's had a very good tournament so far, both with bat and ball. Muhammad Nabi has shown all his experience over the last 10 days or so. He's adjusted to the conditions well when he's got the bat in hand. Healthy strike rate of just short of 145. And he's taken a fistful of wickets.
2 Player of the Match awards already. If the Zooks get over the line, I'm sure he'll be looking for his third with that 5-wicket haul. Nabi. Long on and long off in place. Zadran will be mindful of that current ball from Jagisar. Very well played. That's not easy to do. That reverse sweep. He selected his spot and the execution was equally good.
Yeah, for a lot of players these days, the reverse sweep is as natural as the conventional sweep. It does cause a headache for captains with field placements because there's only one player in the ring behind square on the offside. There is the slip, of course, but one fielder on the ring. That's all he has to beat. And he does it again. This time, Finer. Lynn doing the chase, but it's going to run away for another boundary. So 2 boundaries with the reverse sweep to finish the 8th over. It's 61 for 3.
Can you imagine the world of Charles chocolates? Imagine Charles. Enter our world.
Imran Khan, he's been the best of the Patriots bowlers, 3 for 16. He was on a hat-trick as well. Emirates going with Khan to finish his complement of 4 overs.
I think that's the right move too. Khan's already picked up 3. If he can sneak another wicket in here, there is still hope for him to bring Mohammad Nabi to the crease, and if they can knock over him, so if they get 2 more wickets, could well just send that little wave of uncertainty through the Zooks dugout.
Haven't seen the captain of the Patriots team bowl just yet, Riyad Emrit. He's the leading wicket taker for this Patriots side. 7 wickets so far, and you would think the conditions here at the Queen's Park Oval will favour his type of bowling. Usual cutters, ability to roll his fingers across the seam. So 1 more wicket here by the spinners might just create that opening for Emrit to come and try and continue that wicket taking that is required for the Patriots if they are to win this game. Was that intentional? Just opened the blade at the last minute when he recognized that the ball was turning away.
Yeah, I think it was intentional. No slip in place, so he just had to beat the keeper. It's edgy, but the face of the blade was open, looking to get it behind square.
We mentioned the high percentage of dot deliveries absorbed by teams in Hero CPL 2020. Now, that previous shot by Roston Chase is one approach to reducing that dot percentage. Just nearly there. Could have chopped on. But yeah, having the ability to break your wrists, use the pace of the ball, that's a skill that will serve you well in these conditions. And again,
I think this one was more of an edge than an intentional guide down to 3rd man. But still, the reward is 2 more runs. 9 gone at 68 for 3.
Chocolate digestive, rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Chocolate digestive, taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
We've all had our share of bad luck, be it unlucky in love or backing the most unlucky team ever. Whatever your run of bad luck is, the KFC Lucky 7 bucket makes it all better. 7 pieces of chicken and 7 sides for only $99.
Excellent spell of bowling.
He's done his job as the leading spinner in this Patriots outfit. Taking 3 wickets. Now the captain, who has bowled well so far this tournament with his medium pace cutters. I think he'll enjoy bowling on this surface too. He'll find the right length. Just challenge the batsmen if they come forward on the front foot. We saw Kesrick Williams with his change of pace just get his length wrong, and it sat up in the surface and enabled the batsman to be able to play off the back foot and club it through the leg side. He's bowled a lot from round the wicket too to the left-handers, so he enjoys that angle.
Will try to create some added pressure. Sweep on the offside, comes into the 30-yard circle. Has to cut that easy single. It's been a real issue for the Patriots, having to balance their bowling with their batting. On 2 occasions they were able to score in excess of 150, the Patriots. So not getting consistency in all departments. That's why they're languishing at the bottom of the Hero MotoCorp leaderboard. Gets this one through. Didn't try to overhit it, he waited for it and presented the full face of the bat.
Yeah, lovely shot. He's played it late, which enabled him to get it square and get on top of the bounce and time it away.
You wonder why Roston Chase is thriving in these conditions. Often speak about the database of experience that batsmen have in having the ability to adapt to different conditions and situations. Roston Chase showing his consistency, 2 half centuries, and again 21 from 21. He's got 5 Test match centuries, Roston Chase. So he knows how to deal with a crisis situation, has the ability to absorb pressure, assess conditions very quickly, and recognizes which shots are most appropriate for the pitch and the conditions. Goes to the top. 161 runs. Leading the charge with the bat in this year's Hero CPL. Up and over. There was room, it was full, and he had some pace on that delivery. Zadran, boundary.
Yeah, with the deep cover up, the width and the length that was on offer, he was never going to hesitate but to try to drive this over the infield, opening the face of the bat, so the bottom hand coming through the shot a little bit earlier to be able to get that elevation over the infield.
Now the sweeper goes out, so that awareness of knowing the fielder within the 30-yard circle would have prompted that previous stroke from Zadran. $79 for 3 after 10. The Angostura LLB drinks break now.
easy to feel on top of your game? Well, a solid team helps support you. That's why the experts at Jameson make products for immune support made with pure ingredients. We'd say it's a winning lineup. Stay strong with Jameson.
Devon chocolate digestive, rich chocolate with cookie crunch. Devon chocolate digestive, taste the cookie with chocolate sweetness.
Cookie beats chocolate in Devon Chocolate Digestive. Better because it's both.
As a child, our dreams are only limited by our imagination. So we dream big. We see a pathway that can make your dreams a reality. By choosing a sustainable fuel option, you can do more than you imagine. You can give your dreams the time and savings they deserve. With us along for the ride, you'll not only arrive at your destination, you will arrive at your dreams.
White oak, watermelon filling up me whole glass. Steam rich in a gay. White oak butter start fast. We got flavor. White oak watermelon rum fruity, baby. Everybody wants some. I have a watermelon. You want a taste of that? I have a white oak flavor. You want a taste of that? Oh, we got flavor. Introducing the new watermelon flavored rum from White Oak. World class, homegrown, designate, don't drink and drive.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn WHO's hand washing habits. Yes, the World Health Organization says washing hands with soap is an effective way to prevent the spread of germs. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Trinidad and Tobago.
It's easy to feel on top of your game. Well, a solid team helps support you. That's why the experts at Jameson make products for immune support made with pure ingredients. We'd say it's a winning lineup. Stay strong with Jameson.
A hero knows when they enter the field, it's time to play. Step up to the wicket with Ferrera Optical and knock an amazing 25% off any Brian Lara frame or sunglasses. Plus, deliver a sensational 15% off transitions and Varilux lenses. Book your appointment today to live like a legend with Ferrera Optical. Offer ends September 10th. Conditions apply.
A pretty simple equation for the St. Lucia Zouks. 32 required from 60 deliveries. 3 wickets have fallen. They've all fallen to Imran Khan. Not the one from Pakistan, but the one from Charleville here in Trinidad. Rakeem Cornwall first, then Mark Dial. Then Andre Fletcher. Something that Riyad Emirates, I think, will look back on and think to himself, should I have started with Imran Khan and John Ross Jagisa?
Yes. With you, Ian Bishop, we were discussing this back of the comm box, and there are all those permutations for captains and who they should bowl, when they should bowl, up against certain batsmen. Hello. Yeah, the Funkmeister, Ben Dunk. Soft and slow with the release there, but let's have a look. Fascinated to see how he goes here, Ben Dunk, because normally he has the gloves on. He's played other T20 around the globe, so this is interesting.
Finding the gap is not a problem for Najibullah Zadran so far in this innings. That's not good either for Ben Dunk. Ball is lodged in the water in one of the covers parked beyond the boundary edge.
You're all very friendly. Again, it underlines the balance of the side, and you've got good spinners at your disposal. really is about the compliment when you're at a draft and who you're picking and who you want in your squad. 4 options, given that the surfaces likely to suit spinners and with the likelihood of it was all going to be here. Or CPL, I mean, likelihood it was pretty much going to be here because of the 2 venues and all the sorts of logistical things that tick the box about Trinidad and Tobago. So those that would have been smart at the draft, get that balance right, covering different departments of your lineup. Here you've got Ben Dunk, who's very much a part-timer, having to have a crack because of the conditions.
You can look back to even the first game when I think it was against the Tridents that the Patriots played, and with all those left-handers, John Ross Jagisa was not a part of the initial starting squad.
Oh, yes.
And if you are talking about matchups, if you're the leadership group of the Patriots, you've got to think John Ross Jagisa has been around the domestic scene for 4 years. And because of what he brought, he would be one of those first-choice spinners, turning the ball away from all those lefties.
And I also want to throw into the mix here with the unfortunate situation with Simon Helmont being replaced the 11th hour by Mark O'Donnell. So then you're asking whose responsibility is it more in terms of the playing 11 on the park early in this 8th edition? Has to come back to Emirates, surely. $11 bowled, 87 for 3.
As a child, our dreams are only limited by our imagination, so we dream big. We see a pathway that can make your dreams a reality. By choosing a sustainable fuel option, you can do more than you imagine. You can give your dreams the time and savings they deserve. With us along for the ride, you will not only arrive at your destination, you will arrive at your dreams.
It should be a solid and easy victory for the Zouks. Worked hard and was an important toss to win. They made the right decision. Darren Sammy with a damp pitch. The other loss, and we keep referring to it, was Fabian Allen, not only for his batting, but for his left arm spin.
Yeah, so I think when you think about all those things, Bish, you're right. Fabian Allen, massive. What he brings to the setup of the Patriots, most unfortunate. The ground staff are hovering. A little bit dark behind us in our media centre, but at the moment it's very, very soft drizzle. The sun is out. Yeah, just look at these couple of dark clouds out behind us. The right of screen. Yeah, Northern Ranges, of course. It's a gorgeous city.
Good run. Something I want to be saying as we go through this tournament often. I want to be saying well run, well taken, good rotation of strike on these pitches. Later on today we have the Amazon Warriors against the Knight Riders, rematch of the opening contest of this 2020 Hero CPL. Hope we have the weather holding so that we can have a look at that. They'll be looking, many of those players are watching this game, watching to see how the pitch is behaving, so they can gauge how they approach the game later.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that matchup. So, saying there it was the opening match this new season. TKR, they got up, a couple of balls to spare. It was pretty comfortable in the end. They're only chasing down 145. It was delayed and it was a 17-over contest. Took out the 2 points in an opening exchange. That's when Hetmeyer was in a bit of a groove early. Simran Hetmeyer got 63 and 0 from 44. Ross Taylor got into the 30s. On the fly. Sunil Narayan smoked a half century from 28. Aaron Bravo with a nice little 30. It was good enough for TKR. There is that rotation and a direct hit, but he's too quick as Roston Chase. So we've had a dozen, and the Zooks are 89 for 3.
Now this is Radical Trading, you know that? And them have everything to cover anything. Radical Trading have the best fabric designs for your upholstery needs, yeah? So furniture, car, boat, tent, even material for school bags.
This will look really nice on my couch, boy.
They even making pillow too.
Sprang.
Oui?
Oh shucks, I forget my money.
Serious?
They could pay for it for me.
Me and my big mouth boy, I wonder if Radical get thing to cover mouth yet.
Radical Trading, 4 locations nationwide.
Confirmation of that rain-affected match to kick things off in Season 8.
Good work.
17 overs, and they got it in 16.4. You'll see there very much Sunil Narayan. And Darren Bravo, up, Ray Emmerich just watches it sail over his head, smashing into the bank. Hero Maximum, Najibullah. Oh, and a good little nudge from the Bulla. Zadran.
They're going to finish this easily, 12 to get from 43. Great to see the Zooks floating around the top of the table for a prolonged and protracted period. First half of the tournament. He hasn't gone the distance with this. Alzari Joseph underneath it. Alzari Joseph take the catch. The end of Najibullah Zadran. Let's wonder if Joseph can have a ball now as well.
Trying to finish things off here, the man from Afghanistan. Can't blame him, he was looking to go a little bit straighter than that. Too much of an open blade. He's up and over. The 33, 99 for 4.
The way we move, the way we sound, feel the rhythm. The way we fed, soaking wet, it's the way we play. The way we groove, the way we dance, every night and day.
Carib, it's the way we play.
Javel Glenn, the new batsman, another left-hander coming in, 22-year-old from Jamaica. Just spitting with rain once again, but they're well ahead on the DLS calculations, the Zooks that is anyway, just in case.
Captain to continue. On the Lara Pavilion end. There's some heat and some energy from Brad Emmerich. Ooh. The quicker deliveries going around this match. Yeah, good. Hit the seam. Action and nibble, but that one zipped through nicely. Nothing on Ian Bishop, I can promise you. O'Shane Thomas, 146, with Fidel Edwards up there, those two. Dre Russ, almost 145.
Speaking of Dre Russ, he's a big miss, and he's probably going to miss a few games for the Tallawahs. I was fascinated last night on social media to see Johan Blake, the sprinter, the Jamaica sprinter, on social media with pads on, television in the background, having watched the game and saying he's available, playing a few shots dressed in his pads and stuff. He wants a game, Johan. He'd certainly run well between the wickets. Better than a few Tallawahs.
Well, he could certainly take a couple of quick singles, couldn't he? Turn those twos into threes. The Blake underlines the passion felt around the whole Caribbean for cricket. Capital P. Take one and be happy. 4 dots on the trot there. You get a single, and then only one delivery left for Roston Chase to deal with. 100 up now for the Zooks. Roston, where's he going to go here? Little inside edge. Ray had thought he could have got him there. 14 done, it's 100 for 4.
On top of your game? Well, a solid team helps support you. That's why the experts at Jameson make products for immune support made with pure ingredients. We'd say it's a winning lineup. Stay strong with Jameson.
11 more to get them as quickly as you can if you are St. Lucia's Zooks, just in case there is any challenge with equal points and net run rate later at the back end of a tournament to decide the semi-final lineup. So get it done. And Javel Glenn does just that. Big heave-ho and well struck.
Well, I was just thinking, look, at least get a single, young Glenn. Give it back to Roston Chase with the right-hander up against Ben Dunk. But he says, nah, this guy with sunglasses on and a floppy hat's got to go. And a big chunk of it will fat it.
And it's interesting just watching Javel Glenn play these two shots, and it gives you an indication later when teams are bowling to him. If you look at him down the line, he clears that right side of his body. There he goes again. He hits this one nicely. So there's always information that you can glean by watching the dying stages of this contest as the Zooks stroll to victory.
He's not a big six-hitter. We know that he's a lovely stroke maker. Roston Chase, test match cricket, all those sorts of things. But he does love giving it a heave because he's West Indian. Yeah, it's a freebie. And there it is. Nelson's up. 1-1-1 for 4. Zooks have done it very, very comfortably. Chase, 27 from 27. Javel Glenn came out there and saw things through with Roston Chase. All very comfortable for those in yellow and blue. Happy dugout there with Andy Flower, Darren Sammy, and the St. Lucia Zooks here.
A good victory by 6 wickets. An important toss was won by Darren Sammy this morning. He made the right decision again in looking to field first. Mohamed Nabi, outstanding. How many times have we already said that this tournament? 5 wickets. Broke the back of the batting with a couple of wickets in his opening over. And it was a real struggle for the Patriots to get a significant score on the board. They reflect on their approach as a batting unit. I think smart cricket and adaptive cricket is something that they'll be discussing in the dressing room. Thank you very much, says Roston Chase, having a good tournament, a good season.
Yeah, tremendous level head to come out in such a key position, batting at number 4 in the lineup. You do lose someone like Cornwall rather early. You've got to regroup a little. Spicy, you get starts but doesn't kick on, and all of a sudden you can have yourself coming in quite early, Roston Chase, just to calm things down in that lineup for the Zooks. Great level head. Got a lovely little cameo there to start things off to Rakeem Cornwall, 26 from just 11. And Fletcher, well, he felt he was a bit unlucky. Well, you either go along the carpet or go make sure it goes over the guy on the infield. And then Chase, 27 from 27, with Nudgy Bullet. They had a nice little partnership. I think it was 47 they put on together. 33 from 24, and that was the making of this chase. There it is, that partnership of 47 from 37. And a couple of other little decent ones at the top there, 30 in quick time, and the 22 and 24 nailed it. And the Patriots simply didn't have enough runs on the board to be in the contest legitimately. 3 for 23, a standout from Imran Khan, but didn't have any other magic from his mates.
So the Zooks winning again by 6 wickets, and this franchise has really picked up some steam of late. enjoying the Digicel highlights bundle with Fletcher and Cornwall making their way to the middle to start the chase. Raheem Cornwall doing Cornwall things, blitzing it down the ground over the offside. 20 runs came off the first over ball by Sohail Tanvir. Then John Ross Jagasa's first delivery was smashed away for 4 by Fletcher. Imran Khan came in for some harsh treatment initially until he found one that snuck under the bat of Cornwall. The Rains came in and halted proceedings briefly. First ball and resumption, Imran Khan struck again. He was on a hat trick which didn't come to pass. Eventually he did get rid of Andre Fletcher, but Najibullah came in and played another one of those cameo innings. Very difficult to bowl to at times, and Ruston Chase in his company just solidified the innings and ensured that they got very, very close to the finish line. Lovely ball striking by Najibullah Zadran, but he perished going for another big one near the end of the bowling of Ben Dunk. Safely held by Alzari Joseph, but Chase finished the chase in the best possible fashion. Nice blue skies on the outer edges of the capital city. Let's go down to Alex Jordan.
I have to say congratulations to Mohamed Nabi, who is the IndieBet man of the match for his incredible performance on FIFA. There we have a look at the check. Mohamed Nabi, we spoke to you at the halfway point, and although you were clearly happy with your FIFA, is it more satisfying now you've won the game?
Yeah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's a good. Most of the time, the lower total will be tough to chase, but it's a good start from big man Jumbo, and Najibullah Zadran played in the middle. It's good to win this game easily. Yeah.
2016 was the last time the St. Lucia Zouks made it to the playoffs. There's a legacy in this team that you seem to be helping to overcome.
I think it's most of the time when I'm playing in the league of the team, most of the team are went to playoff. So I think it's good luck for me, for every team as well. It's after I'm seeing as well that St. Lucia isn't qualified for the most of the time to playoff, and this time I think we are qualified for the playoff. Yeah, it's a good sign here for me.
Well, you're well on your way. I think mathematically it's not quite finished yet, but yeah. How do you keep the team morale up now and finish the job?
Yeah, it's the morale is really good. Still we try our best to win the games and keep that morale for the upcoming match as well.
You were outstanding today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hero Motorcorp leaderboard, the Zouks still in second place, but they've moved to 8 points, and only by virtue of net run rate the Knight Riders sit on top, but they played 2 games less, the Knight Riders. The Patriots in trouble, continue to be in trouble. Foundation member at the bottom of the table. I should take a short break. Lovely views from our drone of the port near the capital city and the edges. We'll come back with the captain shortly.